Welcome to another episode of Unqualified Uprising. Tonight, we get into the misadventures of one of our favorite guest hosts. I can't even call you a guest host anymore. You might as well a partner. But I'm your host, Mike. I bring to you back from Tennessee, back from the land of Trump, Joe. Welcome.
Welcome.
With me as always, Tom.
Thanks for having me.
And the motor mouth himself. We cannot ever get him to shut up. Adam.
Hey.
Hey. Joe, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
You're back from which state?
The state of Tennessee.
And how was it in Tennessee?
State of confusion.
Yeah. No, it was. I gotta tell you, Tennessee. The culture is totally different than in New York.
Okay.
No shit.
Please explain.
What I mean is, it's right in the heart of the Bible Belt.
Okay.
And there's a lot of little churches, community churches.
Now, what do you mean, like little churches size?
Yeah. Not only size, but membership. Like, one of my neighbors, well, not one of my neighbors, one of my dad's neighbors.
In Tennessee.
Has a farm. And there's a bunch of cows, and the cows.
No kidding.
The cows always get loose and go into his yard.
What?
And they have to rile them up. But I was talking to the guy.
Yes.
His name is Bill. And I was
Bill.
and I was chatting with him.
He
has this nice big beard. He looks like right out of the woods. And we were talking about his church, and he's part of the Church of Christ, and that's down the road. And I looked at the church when I came up to see my dad, and the church looks like a shed. It does not look like a church. So I was asking him questions because I knew it was a Baptist church because it might have been a sign that said that, but I was asking him about the church, and he was telling me that there were 30 members and that they would all get together for church service.
You said 30, right?
30, yeah.
Okay, I thought you said dirty at first.
No, 30,
okay.
Yeah. Well,
bunch of dirty members.
The 30 members that were that lived in the country.
How do you get this information out of people?
Because I was just asking him because I was curious.
Yeah, but he didn't look at you and go like...
Not really. I mean, he didn't give me any sort of a weird look or anything because I had heard. The reason I was asking these questions was I knew he was kind of close to my dad, and I was curious about how the churches are set up down there because I've always kind of liked the camaraderie of like a small church, the way everybody just kind of gets together and stuff. And he was telling me,
don't lie, you love the bake sale. You love the bake sale and CD dinners and stuff.
Bingo.
Yeah, bingo.
Yeah,
don't lie.
Well, the bingo probably would be cool too.
No, it definitely is not cool.
Church is communal. That's what you like about it.
Yes, camaraderie.
But he was telling me that they meet on Sunday, and then they also meet through the week, usually just one day for Bible study.
Awful.
But they do Bible study there. But I got to tell you, that area where he lives, though, it's like totally different in the sense that around Christmas time, like some of the restaurants, you'll go there to eat like in a nice American restaurant. There's this one called there's this one called the Emerald that has like
sound very American.
It's really good American food.
Okay, and please explain to me, the layman, what American food is.
They have like hamburgers and stuff like that.
Hamburgers.
Hot dogs, all that good stuff. And then
French fries.
They also have some Italian. They have like a macaroni and cheese dish where they mix the barbecue chicken with the macaroni and cheese, and it's like really good. Well, it's super cheap. You could get you don't need to eat a lot. You get one portion. They give you a nice big portion for like $8.
Here's a vat of macaroni and cheese, young man.
But it's common around Christmas time to like see a nativity scene in there because it's just a different culture down there. Everybody's religious.
They see the nativity scene where? In the macaroni and cheese?
Right in the restaurant with where everybody's eating. But the thing about it is that when you're on these rural roads driving around, it's very common. It's not like here. They don't have any signs that say that could be deer or whatever, any warning signs.
Wait. Why?
They just don't. I was.
You just supposed to know?
One time I asked somebody down there.
Did the deer stop?
And he was telling.
Down?
Well, no. I was asking a cop. I was in a diner, and I had a conversation, and I was asking him why there were never any signs that say there's a deer. He says to me, you're in the woods. There's deer everywhere. I mean, maybe back in New York, you had a
moron. Listen, you big dummy.
Where there wasn't, but like you're in the woods, you should expect deer everywhere you go.
I know, but people are dumb.
Listen, you Yankee bastard.
Yeah, listen, Did he smash out your
No, he didn't do anything. He was
Roscoe Calhoun.
The cops down there are really cool. I got pulled over one time for going 25 miles over the speed limit. And he gave me a warning. He let me go. I don't know if he felt bad for me.
He felt bad.
But he told me
he
told me that if he caught me again, he would give me a ticket.
Yes, he will. Oh,
yes.
He ain't giving you a ticket next time. He's going to tase you right in your eye.
No, you're going to the chain gang.
Yeah. Because you probably yelled at him like you yelled at the
I don't yell at
trooper.
him. Yeah, I mean, they're nicer down there.
Listen, if we ever get famous, I'm going to find that state trooper and bring him on the show so he can yell at you.
You could be like that, what was the name of that song where the guy came to SPAC? I couldn't remember. Where they wanted to find for something about I can't drive 55.
Oh, Sammy Hagar.
Yes, they
Sammy
wanted to
Hagar.
find the cop. They were looking for the cop and they couldn't find him. They said that he was gone.
That is an awesome, odd Sammy Hagar reference.
Yeah.
He's probably sitting in his bar like, I bet you somebody's talking about me right now. Right now.
His ears are ringing.
Okay, so listen, on your whole spiel, did they put up like Jesus in the restaurant?
Well, they have the nativity scene is.
I understand.
Yeah,
but
it's
isn't that
Jesus. It's Jesus.
And the gang.
Mary, Saint Joseph,
and the gang, and the gang,
all
and the
the
crew.
wise men.
It's
That's
like
you,
all the
but it's
gang.
around Christmas they do it. They don't have it there all year round.
Did they have the three gifts: the gold, Frankenstein, and myrrh?
First of all, that's a bad joke. You stole that from Don Rickles. You stole that from Don Rickles.
I did.
Yeah, Don Rickles. I was just watching Johnny Carson, Don Rickles. My fucking chair's moving.
Is that
Sorry.
where that came from?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know I've heard it before, but
Yeah,
it's
Don
not, it
Rickles.
wasn't Don Rickles though.
Well, they
was
probably
social
Don
media.
Rickles probably stole it
You
from.
stole it from
fucking
Don
someone else.
Rickles,
Yeah.
you fossil.
Yeah. I can't believe I know Don Rickles. Don Rickles is great,
Don Rickles.
but I don't know. I don't know. I'm on the fence with this one, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
Also-
not a huge fan of religion while I'm eating a steak.
No, I know what you mean.
I don't. No, you don't. You love religion.
Yeah, that's.
oh my God, you're so malleable. I love it.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
What if I was Jewish and I'm walking in
because
there?
I am
They
because
Throw
Yeah.
me out.
Yeah.
They
Because-
throw fish at me. Oh my
but
God.
because I'm religious, it doesn't bother me. I'm okay with it. I don't have a problem with it. And because everyone else is I don't think they really care what outsiders think. They
I
know
don't
that
think anything anything bad ever happened due to religion. Ugh.
but
I don't know.
More people have
I
died
know
in the
you.
name of
I
God
know
than
you're not
anybody else.
interested.
No, it's not that I'm not interested. It's that I think it's
okay.
yes, it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's also okay for a Muslim couple to not want to eat there.
That's true.
Right. And I don't think I should chastise the restaurant for putting up Jesus, but the restaurant has to understand they might get some blowback and they should accept it. Because
Yeah.
if I was a Jewish dude or if I was Islam or whatever a snake handler or whatever, I don't know. I'm not easily offended, and I wouldn't be offended, and I wouldn't say anything. I just wouldn't eat there.
I know
Private
what you
sector.
mean.
Private sector.
Yeah,
So,
it's their right.
Yeah.
It's their right to do whatever they want. I know
Yeah.
Applebee's can't do it. That's a chain restaurant. I get it. I understand. But I'm not going to go and complain.
Yeah.
See, when it's the other way around, the Christians complain. You people over there, you, Joe,
Yeah,
you complain about everything.
But they also have in the same area where this restaurant is. There's a park right near it.
Okay,
And
is that where I gotta go eat?
And no, but they have big statues there too. They have another nativity scene that the city
So I can't go to the park either.
that the city puts there.
Nope.
So where can I go? Can I go anywhere?
And the thing about it is too is
Jay
that
Weezy
when
and
it
his
comes,
crew ain't
when
looking
it
down at
comes
me?
to Christianity, we were actually founded as a Christian country. We might.
No, that's not true.
We were.
No, that's not true.
That is true.
That is not true.
Yeah, it was
is not
because
true.
when they put in all their values
You're
and
out of your
the
mind.
Pledge of Allegiance,
The
that's the
Pilgrim-
reason it's set
The
up.
Pilgrims were Puritans. The Pilgrims.
No, I know.
The first
I'm not
assholes here
talking
were
about. I'm
Puritans.
talking about the Constitution when it was founded, when the Declaration of
Well,
Independence.
you need to be a little bit more
Yeah,
specific,
I'm not talking about when
homeboy.
the Pilgrims got here.
Well, that's when that was the first ones. That's what
You're talking about faith-based,
But yeah,
and influenced by religion.
So let me ask you this: would you eat there if they had a big Star of David and fucking all whatever the menorah up there?
it depends on if I like the food there. I mean, I don't.
That's
I don't
it.
necessarily.
Everything except an upside down cross, you're there as long as the food's good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what
They
I
had
kind
a
of
Kamala Harris.
Yeah,
he would not eat there. You know it. Not a chance. No way.
If I was
Well,
with
what
company,
about-
I would.
Wait a
Yeah, I
minute.
would
Well, what
have to.
about all the other things that I engage in doing business with, like
Well,
for
man.
example, shopping at Amazon, shopping at Target. They all support Kamala Harris.
Listen,
What's the
I'm
difference?
not, I don't
Listen.
ban anything.
Seriously,
I
though,
don't ban
what's
products.
the difference?
listen. Amazon is almost what do they call
Very
that? Like-
liberal. That's
No,
what
but
they are.
Amazon is almost like an omnipresent being in everyone's life. No matter if you're Republican, Democrat, National Socialistic Party, the Green Party, the Tea Party, whatever fucking party out there, big and rich party, whatever, every single person uses Amazon. Ted Kaczynski was probably the only guy that didn't use Amazon.
Yeah.
Like, I'm being serious.
I know.
All of us have Amazon on our phones or computers. People that you hate have it on their phones. People that you love have it on their phones.
Yeah.
The coach of the Cowboys has it on his phone. Dak Prescott has it on his phone. Everyone has Amazon. I almost think of them as how can you be liberal when you slave people to death? You can't be that liberal.
Yeah.
So I'm looking more at their actions. I know they donate a lot of money, but they probably donate a lot of money to Trump and just don't say anything. I really do. You got to grease both palms. I'm being serious about that. But also,
Yeah.
Amazon is so global. America could stop using Amazon today, and they would lose a ton of money, but they would survive. The rest of the world uses Amazon. They tried to use Alibaba, and that didn't fucking work. That was some crypto scam. Temu sends you shit, and it's broke by the time it gets here. So, whatever.
Yeah. Also, another thing we were talking about, me and my dad.
You and Farmer Bill. Are we done with Farmer Bill?
Yeah,
This all came up from.
Yeah.
What day was this?
It was Tuesday.
Tuesdays with Farmer Bill.
Yeah. So I was talking to my dad, and he was telling me that
Father Joe.
when he
What's your dad's first name? If I don't mind me asking.
Sal.
Salvatore.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
That's my father's first name.
Oh, that's it. You guys should get married.
Cool.
Yeah,
You guys should get
Salvatore.
married, without a doubt.
We have
So-
that in common. Yeah.
So he was actually, we were chatting about the election and stuff, and he was telling me that one of the things that Tennessee never does that New York used to do
Oh man,
is every year.
insert joke here.
Every year they would put propositions on the ballot in New York, and since he moved to Tennessee, he hasn't seen one.
Yeah, but
He
can't I
said
have
they don't
6
put-
wives in Tennessee?
No, you
Yeah,
can't.
you can. You can't have 6
No,
wives. What?
No, they.
Whatever.
Can you marry your sister? That's the question he's trying to get at you.
I don't
No,
know.
I'm not. I don't
Yes,
want to
you
marry
are,
anybody's
yes.
sister.
You don't, maybe.
I don't want to marry anybody's sister. I'm married. I don't want anybody else.
You
Get
just
back to
want-
Farmer
you just
Bill
want
and your
one
dad.
woman. Yeah.
Yes.
Salvatore.
Salvatore. What were you talking to Big Sally for?
I was chatting him about the election, and we were talking. I was looking up his ballot. He was looking at my ballot,
Why are you looking at each other's ballot? That sounds weird.
Well, because he.
It's supposed to be a secret.
I know, but he was telling me that there's a lot of third-party candidates that are all allowed on the ballot.
Jill Stein.
Where in New York you can't. New York they sued them off the ballot. The Democrat Party always sues the candidates, like what happened to RFK and Oliver, Chase Oliver, Chase Oliver, who was the Libertarian candidate. He got sued off the ballot.
No shot.
That guy's awesome.
I know, but they got sued off. So
we're going to tell you who to vote for.
Apparently, the Democrats thought he had a shot. Why would they waste their time and their money suing him off the ballot, suing them both off the ballot if they didn't think they had a shot?
Yeah, they should have just ripped down their political signs. That would have been better.
Democrats only want one candidate on the ballot and one only.
Or they could always steal their mailers, too.
Steal their mailers.
Yeah.
They don't want any vote going to anybody else but Miss Harris.
Listen, a local politician here just got busted around where we live, got busted stealing flyers and shit. And listen, I'm not saying that's great, but he ain't putting people in jail. He ain't trying to put people in prison. I'll be fine if Trump stole some political signs and they wanted to lock him up for that. But they want to lock him up for stupid shit.
We're
not going to bring this dude's name into
I
it.
know, but
I don't want to give him any negative publicity.
I know, but he didn't see the ring camera there.
It don't matter. Maybe it was more of a statement.
Yeah.
Because you know what? People are fed up.
That's true.
I drive by, in my personal life, so many political signs that I want to just tear down, or love signs that say, like, love everybody. And I know the person that lives there and they're a dick. Like, no, I hate that shit. I don't want but I'm what they call a conscientious objector. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Or maybe a hopeless reactionary.
No, a coward. I'm a coward. Because
No,
I'm not going to pull my personal truck over and get out and stomp on somebody's political sign.
It's not only that, we are rejecting it with our mind where we don't. Okay, who cares? That idiot has on the way to your house. Just on the way to your house.
Yes.
Just now.
Yes.
When I was going up the road out of the village, there was somebody who had 3 Kamala Harris wall signs. You probably go by the house all the time. It's up going like as you're going out of town, towards Schenectady area, but it's a house and there's like multiple signs. There were either 3 or 4. There might have been 4.
How many are in your trunk right now? 3 or 4.
I don't have any.
How many have tread marks on them?
I wanted to surround my apartment complex with Trump signs, but they wouldn't like that too.
Well, that's private property, I think. I don't know how political signage works. I don't know what you can do.
Apartment complexes don't allow it.
Really?
You have to be living
Only
in
Kamala Harris signs.
Only Kamala Harris signs.
Yeah, right. Who knows? Maybe they won't allow a Kamala Harris sign. I have no idea.
I don't know. People get worked up.
The property manager. I talk to the property manager all the time. I think she's pretty conservative.
Okay.
From what I
understand.
Well, no, I'm thinking about his interaction with Farmer Bill. Like,
yeah,
you have no idea what. Yeah, but listen to me. Here's what you want to know my fantasy, or not my? Yeah, it is my fantasy. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. So I imagine your dad in his house, and you pull up with your car, and you had your sister with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
My sister pulled up with my car.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Okay. So your sister pulls up with your car.
Yeah.
Because anybody that rides with you needs to drive. Because you're out of your gourd.
Well,
probably a good idea.
Very good idea.
She has better depth perception.
Yeah.
And could see all the animals at night. So
yes.
So she drives.
Your sister drives 46 hours straight.
She stops and sleeps when she wants to sleep, and then she continues driving.
Okay, so I'm imagining she gets out of the car, go in the house and say hi to Dad. And like maybe Dad's on the front porch and he waves to you and you wave to him. And they're out in the distance, there's a guy on a big tractor and he's doing his tractor stuff. He's planting his fucking corn or something. There's a split rail fence He's got the farm hat on. It's a fucking John Deere hat, and he's got straw in his mouth. And then here you come, city folk, fucking running out in the middle of his cornfield to ask him just fucking stupid questions that you need answered because you're insane.
Well, this farmer has known my dad for years.
Well, I understand that.
He sold him the house. The house was actually owned by this farmer. It went through a real estate, but he was the one who actually owned and sold
Farmer
the house
Bill?
to him. Yes,
So, and he has a bunch of cows,
he does.
and the cows get loose.
Yeah, they get loose and
They go over to your dad's?
They'll go over to my dad's.
Have you ever been there when it's happened?
No, I haven't. No.
He just tells you about it.
Yeah,
What happens?
he has to call and then he comes over. Or he has one of his workers comes over and gets the cow and puts the cow back in the fence. Occasionally they get you loose. It doesn't happen all the time. A couple of times a year.
Well, does he call you and tell you about it?
Yeah.
And what do you do?
He doesn't tell when I'm not there.
Laughs.
I mean, he does tell me occasionally about it.
Okay, so what else did Dad say about the election? You and Dad were talking about the election.
Well, he was saying that the threat in Tennessee for Republicans is not Democrats, which is kind of interesting when you think about it. The threat that comes from third party because nobody votes for Democrats.
The Workers' Party, the National Workers Committee,
Stuff like that, yeah, or the Libertarians, or
the Sea Org, L. Ron Hubbard.
sometimes they also had somebody elected recently from the Forward Party. That was
what?
the
Who's the
Forward
Party?
Remember Andrew Yang in New
Yeah, I
York
remember
City?
Andrew Yang.
He was running part of the mayoral race.
Matt.
He was from the Forward Party.
Andrew Yang. Yeah, he's the guy they don't like because he makes them all look dumb.
Yeah,
That's why they don't like
But-
what his fucking name is, Vivek Ramaswamy. They don't like him because he makes everybody feel dumb because he's a super hyper intelligent guy and he comes off overly nice. But that's he's nice. I would have voted for him 1,000 times. If something happened to Trump, that's the next person that has my vote. Sorry, JD Vance. Sorry, you can JD go away. So whatever.
The Forward Party is they have some of
Such
the
a dumb name.
they have some of the same values as the
Not like
Libertarians.
unqualified uprising.
It's just that they're more of a socialist party.
To
They
you.
believe in like universal basic income and stuff like that. If you put universal basic income, you would have a lot of people that would not work. Some
Can't do
would.
that.
Yeah.
I used to think that. You can't do that. You
No.
can't just give fuckers money.
No,
No.
they wouldn't work.
No, someone gives me money. I'm not doing shit.
Yeah, right.
you.
Exactly.
Don't we do that anyway? Not universally, but we do that anyway.
That's a very good point. There are a lot of things wrong. There are a lot of things going on. in
With
social programs.
disability, I think it's okay if someone's
It
disabled.
used to be a real struggle for poor people. I mean, today it's
we got the fattest poor people around, bro.
Yes, Jesus.
Yo, you want to see a big fat person? Look for somebody with no money because they're big and fat. And I don't understand that. When I didn't have any money when I was fucking 19, I was skinny as a rail. I don't get it. That's why I want to vote Republican. I'm tired of all these social programs. They're evidently not working.
No.
We spend too much money on. We should have. I'm not saying we should abolish welfare at all, but we have way too many social programs.
No, I think you need to restart it.
You want
Like
to
when,
reset?
like a reset. Like when you reset the Nintendo game, hire. You know them 65,000 IRS agents they hired.
Yeah.
Have them do that. Have them go through that. Have them go through every single person on welfare in this country and have them have a face-to-face interview.
Yeah, I
people
mean,
avoid
yeah,
it.
As a taxpayer, that's what I demand. I
It's
think
crazy.
that's fair. No,
There's
I
a-
think that's fair.
I know. There's a family of 4 that I know that's not too far away from here.
Okay.
That the whole family gets welfare. They live in a house and they get welfare, and they have these disabilities. The father definitely is disabled. He doesn't move around very well.
Does he have like one leg?
He's just extremely fat. And
That's
then
a disability.
and then the mom, I don't know what that disability is exactly, but she's on disability too.
Okay.
Now, the daughter showed interest in me, like she seemed to like me at one point.
Cool.
But which at the time I was like, okay, I'll chat with her or what have you.
Okay.
But then I found out that she was on disability for her anxiety. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense. She should be working. She should have a job.
Correct.
I have family members that have anxiety that take medication that actually have a job, that they work. One's retired and the other one works. So it just doesn't make any sense.
I'm gonna sound like a bastard, but I think
No, you're not, because I'm gonna listen. Go ahead, because I'm gonna sound like a bastard right after you. Go right ahead, my
I think
friend.
depression is a form of being lazy.
Oh, God damn it! You went the wrong.
Well, I can say anxiety
way.
too.
No.
It depends on the level of depression. I know someone.
You say
that's
clinically
severely
depressed,
depressed.
clinically depressed person that can't
Listen,
work.
I'm going to unfortunately, I can't piggyback on you. I was going to be so proud of you because I was going to piggyback on you. And I don't mean that disrespectfully because you are much, 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 much older than me. So I didn't want to necessarily
Not that
disrespect my elders. Yes. So, how can I say this? How can I
Say it. Spit it out.
say what you said again?
I was saying that I think that depression, in some cases, is a form of being lazy. It's lazy.
Okay, so there's where I feel you misspoke. I'm trying not to speak matter of fact because everybody's wrong probably 50% of the time. I think anxiety gets overblown. And I think depression is definitely a thing, without a doubt. And I think laziness can create depression. But I'm talking anxiety. Now, I'm talking normal anxiety. Anxiety is not, I don't want to go to work. That's not anxiety. I'm talking anxiety, you don't want to fly. Like, saying I can't leave the house. You're anagoraphobic or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I don't believe you. I'm sorry.
That it stifles you to a point that you can't act. Like you can't go out in public. You can't work.
Then you need to go to a special place. I'm sorry. You need to go to a special place, or you need to do some phone work.
I've heard
you
people
need to
say
do
that. I
phone
can't work.
telemarketers.
I can't work because I have so much anxiety. I can't
Then
work.
you
There's
need
got
to
to be something they could do.
They do. They can give you medicine.
He's talking not necessarily. The medicine is great. Medicine is great. We have a mental health crisis in this city or in this fucking country, but I'd say world. But my wife was on the last podcast, and she thinks it's like 80-20. I like mental health, 80% mental health, and 20% people are assholes. I think it's more. I think mental health gets used. I watch dash cams all the time. I watch all different police departments in all different states, and I saw a woman today that left 3 kids alone for fucking 2 months, moved to a different state, and left them in a house. And I'm being serious. And it was documented and known, and she got in big trouble for it. She had to go to jail or whatever. But
how do you think she'd get away with it is a question.
well, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But she was portraying that she was living a perfectly normal life, but nobody knew. It's like a chameleon. I just don't understand. I do not understand. But
I guess it's
she used anxiety. She had anxiety raising her kids, so she left them alone for 2 months. Like, that's not an excuse. I'm sorry.
No,
that's not an excuse.
It's not
you
an
don't
excuse.
have anxiety if you rob a bank. You don't have anxiety if you're committing crimes. That's a lie. That's a lie.
How do you mean? I'm anxious to go rob the bank.
Well, if you have so much anxiety that you know what I think the government should do, and this is where I think I thought I was gonna be able to piggyback on Tom even more, but he disappointed me. So evidently, so it's okay.
I'm disappointed in you too, so it's okay.
I think there should be jobs for people, welfare jobs, and anxiety jobs, where they have to go somewhere and press a button. The button doesn't make any noise. The button isn't lit up when they're not pressing it. All they got to do is press a button. And you take all these people that have anxiety and all these people that are heroin addicts, and you put them in a fucking room and you feed them and you leave them there for a couple of fucking weeks, and They won't be heroin addicts anymore, and they won't have depression anymore because you need to let survival take over at some point.
They're gonna call off their too much
anxiety. Anxiety. I meant to say anxiety, not depression.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have anxiety. I think that's fair, but the younger generation that ain't working because they got anxiety. So why are you on your phone? If you could be on a phone, if you could be on TikTok, you can work. That's it. Tom knows somebody that takes fucking stupid surveys.
True.
Takes stupid surveys and makes fucking money. Whatever. You're making money somehow. You got to make more money, but you're making money nonetheless. So I don't believe that anxiety. I think that needs to stop. Depression, I understand. Crippling depression, I understand.
We coddle anxiety. We coddle it. Oh, poor you.
We
poor
coddle anxiety and we make people feel like victims so they can't pull themselves. Pulling yourself up by your bootstraps has now been termed a dirty phrase, a horrible thing to say, a racist phrase. You cannot say that.
All right, people.
I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
will continue to say that, and I will always say that. You are what you fucking do.
You can't even say cheer up.
Huh?
Don't say cheer up to a person that's
Why?
upset or depressed. You can't say it to them. It's
Why?
not that simple. It's not that simple to them. They'll say, "No, you can't." Do it. It sucks.
I would really love to meet that person
There's more than one.
because I guarantee I could tell more horrific stories that I've been through that are so embarrassing and mortifying. You want to die. So I don't think these people really have anxiety and all this mental fucking bullshit health. No way.
Well, they use it as an excuse, and that may be the lazy factor as well.
Well, that's cool. You could get a job where you do nothing except stare at this computer screen. No one's going to be around you. No one's ever going to talk to you. You punch in at this computer. You stay in this room, and you never leave. How can you have any anxiety about that? Solved.
I'm going to call off. I have too much anxiety for that.
Well, nope, no more. Welfare. Here's.
Imagine proposing.
We're going to get
this.
into it. I don't care. We're going to get
Yeah.
into it. I'm tired. We have no time limit. We're going. We're stopping for dinner. The whole welfare thing, like a Nintendo game, you need to hit the power button. You need to take the cartridge out. You need to blow on it a little bit and put the cartridge back in and hit the fucking power button because I know firsthand people getting welfare, lots of welfare, and just continue to shoot out kids and they get more fucking welfare. And it's so horrible and so disrespectful and so fucking asinine for the government to be paying for you to have a free ride. And don't tell me, well, they're on welfare, they live in a shithole. No, they don't. No, they don't live in a shithole. They have a Section 8 apartment that's nicer than fucking my bedroom, and they got all free food, all free fucking rent, free fucking heat.
Free phones.
It's free phones, free car rides. It's annoying to people that have to work. Has nothing to do with race.
Don't you almost feel like a
nothing
sucker?
to do with race. Yeah, I feel like a fucking sucker every day I get up and go to work. I've always felt like that.
Because I wake up like the last thing in the world you want to do is go to work, but you get your ass up and you go.
That's true, yeah. Because it's like, yeah, we're paying for all these idiots to stay home and do nothing.
Some days I'd rather get a caning in Singapore than go to work, and I still go to work.
And listen, these people we use the social programs and welfare so people don't go around robbing and stealing. Guess what? Go ahead, rob and steal in Texas. Population control. Go ahead and rob and steal. Go ahead. Try it. It ain't going to work.
Yeah.
A majority of the people are just going to get jobs and be normal members of society. You want to be on welfare? You want to be on welfare for real? I know people on welfare that drive Acuras, brand new fucking Acuras, brand new Mercedes, and they're on welfare. And I got to go to work like a fucking
How's that
chump.
even possible? It's like they do no checking on them or anything. No, background checks on this stuff.
No, what the scam is, what the people I know, what they do is, they got three kids by fucking 3 different dudes, and they live in rent-free, heat-free, and food stamps. So you got all that, and then you move in some sucker to raise as stepdad, some moron, some simp that's gonna raise your fucking illegitimate child, and he's gonna have his own money from his job, or he's gonna have welfare.
Right.
So now, not only is all the rent paid and food stamps, you also get welfare money. So now there's double the welfare money from him. She's got welfare. The 3 kids all get fucking SSI or Social Security or welfare or whatever. So we're talking like $6, $7, $8 fucking $1,000 going through without any having to come out yet.
Now, do you make $8,000 a month?
Absolutely not. Not even close. Not even a close. Barely a quarter of that.
Yeah, right.
So
same here.
Your household $8,000 a month.
That's outlandish. That's outlandish, and we're dumb. We're dumb, and they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to discuss it because it's a difficult topic. The original name of this,
because they vote.
the original name of this podcast that I wanted to call it was fucking difficult conversations.
Yeah. They vote. That's why they don't attack these people.
I was just talking to somebody about it. I don't know who I was talking to. It might have been one of you jerks, but I can't remember. It should be like Starship Troopers. You ever seen that movie?
No.
Why did you yell into the mic
I
like
never
that,
saw
like
that
a dummy?
movie.
Okay, well remember.
I might have seen it once. I kind of remember.
All right.
So in order to vote, you had to be a citizen.
Yeah.
In order to be a citizen, you had to do like years of civil service, either in the military or whatever civil service. But that's the only way that you could vote. I wish we were more like that. I'm not talking it doesn't necessarily have to be military service, but some form of civil service you should have to do before you go out as an adult. That's how I feel. These are my political views. That's it. They're not even political views. These are my views.
Like jury duty or something.
Jury duty, any civics, whatever. They have to do something. Nobody knows anything anymore. You hear the old-timey news reports. There's no plumbers left. There's no carpenters left. Blah, blah, blah. Dude, there ain't nobody going into trades now. There ain't. The people that go into the military get out and become private contractors over there. They're not staying in the military for 20 years. And if they are, they're staying in for 4 and then, like I said, going to be private contractors over there in Iraq and Iran. So I don't think if you are living off the government, you should not have a vote. There you go. I just said it. I said it. If you're on welfare, you should not be able to vote.
Which is like all the illegals that came in that don't have jobs.
I'm not even getting into that because it's absurd to me that someone can cross the border and vote.
Yeah.
Cross the border and vote within 6 months. Aren't there people that are waiting 10 years to become citizens? Don't you have to know stuff to become a citizen?
You're supposed to know. You're supposed to take a test on the history of the country. You're supposed to know, like, for example,
it's a long process.
Like, who was the original? Like, you're supposed to name 5 presidents.
Generic questions.
Yeah, like really easy questions that you and I can probably answer. That they struggle with, but they have to study. It's a thing of studying. Like, I couldn't go to another country and just let me learn the history. I'd have to study it.
Yeah.
So I naturally know. From going to school here, America's history. You have to know something.
Other countries don't let you in.
Yeah, that's
if you had
true.
a DWI in America, you're not getting into Canada.
That's what I heard too.
No, that's true. If you have a felony or if you have a conviction in America, you are not getting into Canada. Or you're at least going to sit in an interrogation room and they're going to yell at you for 20 minutes with their stupid accent.
Oh, okay.
You're going to have to go.
So you had the DWI, eh?
Hey, yeah, DWI.
Hey. Yeah.
They're French Canadian.
I don't know. Someone was telling me there's a period of time, like 10 years or something.
Yeah, 10 fucking years.
It rolls off.
Yeah, but that's 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
America, it's 7 for everything to be off your record. 10 years, Canada don't let you in. You think we can take the unqualified uprising jet over to Iraq and just fucking stroll along in hot pants and fucking tube tops? Yeah, I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
They would throw us in jail.
Yeah, they would throw us in fucking jail. Do you think we can take the unqualified uprising fucking boat down to Argentina and just stroll into their fucking capital and start throwing American money around? No. They'd probably beat us up and take us to the American embassy and throw us outside of it in a pile. And we would have to crawl in. Like... And that's Argentina.
Yeah.
You can't just walk in the countries and start saying you run shit. Nobody wants to hear that. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with the color of the person or the character of the person coming across the border. It just has to matter with you are starting your first act in America with a fucking felony. Exactly. That's your first act on American soil is to break the law.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No,
sorry.
You're not. I take
No
you're-
welfare.
so
No
you
fucking welfare.
Abolish welfare. Is that what you're saying?
Start it over and actually get a hold of this nonsense.
What is acceptable to you as far as being a welfare recipient?
6 months. That's it.
No,
you got 6
okay.
months.
All right. That's temporary assistance. Okay, I'm talking about, let's say,
You better be missing a limb.
Okay, that was my next point.
Yeah, you better
If
be
somebody's
missing a
li-
limb.
All right.
Someone that's mentally handicapped, I'm not talking about that. Someone that's got MLS or what is fucking Lou Gehrig's disease, I'm not talking about that.
Somebody that's really sick.
Somebody that's got fucking horrific cancer or fucking liver disease, they're blind, whatever. I'm not talking anything about
All right.
that.
You're talking about able-bodied human beings.
I'm talking about the fat chick that gets out of the Escalade with the pink fucking pajama pants on and the shirt that's 4 sizes too small for her, strolling into Walmart and getting crab legs and fucking steak, and I'm getting fucking chicken fingers.
I have news for you. They're doing that right now, as you
Who's
know.
doing it?
These people you're talking about, the welfare recipients
Yeah.
that are doing that, and they're going to be doing it a long time from now.
Yeah, but listen, I don't.
You don't want that. I don't want it either.
I don't accept that
Yeah.
because, like, we ended. There's not a state in this country that prohibition exists. There's dry counties, yes, but in every state in America you can drink alcohol. At some point, in some hour of the day, you might not be able to buy it. You might not be able to drink it outside, whatever. I think New York, you can't have
Right.
open container or whatever. But you can drink in every fucking state, right?
Yes, this is true.
This is true.
So you get your so
Even like the states in the middle of the country, like down like where my dad lives
Right.
in that area, you
Right.
could still drink in every county of the
Right.
state. It's just they don't sell in some of the counties.
And you guys have to guide me with my points sometimes because sometimes I trail off. But what I was getting to was prohibition was once a thing, and it's ended.
Yes,
Right?
It's
It's gone.
It has.
So
Everywhere.
we can stop stuff
yeah.
if we want to. We stopped, didn't we? I know the bootleggers. I understand the gangsters, but they shut it down for 10 years in this country. At least try to.
Yeah.
They can do the same. They have to be able to do the same with welfare. They have to.
so
yes.
so I mean a program, for example, that would deliver food to your house instead of food
Yes,
stamps.
100%.
Yeah.
Something
You
like
mean
that.
like DoorDash?
No, I mean like
No,
no, I mean listen.
Government
Like-
DoorDash.
like government cheese.
Yes.
You wouldn't
yes.
believe how expensive everything.
You don't want to. Do you really want to get into this with me? Because
It's-
I have
I-
I have borderline fucking insane views about this.
It's crazy. I mean, and all the prices of everything keep going up because we're giving away money to these people.
I think there should be a certain store that you have to shop at. That
government cheese store.
yeah, I'm gonna listen.
You know, that makes sense because there's
Listen.
people that come into Cumbies that use their
Correct.
welfare
no
money to
more,
buy
no
cigarettes.
more welfare at any gas station. This is the only place that you're going to be able to get any that accepts food stamps. No more accepting food stamps anywhere else but this place. You got Well, I don't have transportation. Well, you had transportation to go to Walmart, so you have transportation to go to the welfare store, and everything in there is going to be healthy, and it's going to have low sugar content, low sodium content. It's going to be bread, milk, eggs, good things.
Good healthy food.
Good, healthy food. And that's it. There you go. And that's the only place you can shop.
You know, the school lunch program is $1 zillion, and that's something. Whereas, how do parents with food stamps? If you have the school lunch program, how do parents can't get a jar of peanut butter or whatever that can feed a kid for a week for a lot less than what?
Well, you
we're
know,
spending? I know it's crazy, and people hate
No,
me
we're
for saying
sticking
that.
on welfare. We're sticking on welfare. We don't
Yeah.
get into school stuff. Welfare stuff.
Well, it's a form. It's a social program.
Right. Well, we don't get into that. We're just sticking with welfare. Right? Yeah, stop being passive aggressive. We're sticking to welfare.
can I?
I'm not gonna say it.
Can I just mention something about
Stay
this?
out of the schools, okay?
Okay.
That is your final warning.
Oh, I know
If
why.
You can't,
I
if you can't
understand.
figure it out, we are going to shut it down.
Okay.
Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Is it understood?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Jesus, subtlety is not accepted by either of you fucks.
Fuck you
Okay.
back.
So continue. No, we will not be. We're not going to be back. We're going to continue.
No, I said fuck you
Oh.
back.
No, not fuck me back. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck you times 10.
Back to welfare. Do you have any solutions? You asked
Well,
me.
with mine, I was saying like no, that was my suggestion too. Like bringing. I even say go as far as delivering the food to people if they don't have a car to get the stuff.
No, because then they'll use the excuse, I'm not home, I'm not here, went to the wrong place. No,
Dumped on the porch.
You gotta work for it. You gotta get there.
You
Or
can't
have
to the
a
store.
designated time where everybody has to go. It's open at this time and you have to be there. No, non-negotiable. It's open on Wednesdays.
Welfare Wednesday.
Welfare Wednesday.
Well,
It's
have
like
a-
the first
no.
of the month at a grocery store. People show
Yeah, first
up.
of the month, grocery stores, mob.
And it has to be government. The government's gonna be running the store.
I'm serious. I
Yeah.
wish. Listen, I'm not trying to sound cruel. I am not trying to sound cruel, but having the government basically raise you. You're a 35-year-old child. They're raising you. They're paying your bills.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
And we're out working our asses off, and
That's
we
not
can't
fair.
eat as well.
That's not fair. You should not be living off the government. You should not be living off the government. You should not be proud. You should not be at the club hanging your head high. I'm sorry. We've lost a lot of stigma in this country, if you understand what I'm saying. Things don't have any stigma attached to them. Things aren't embarrassing to people anymore. You can go on TikTok and see people scamming welfare and seeing people being boss chicks and boss dudes where they got no money. We knew a guy. Adam and I knew a guy. I ain't even going to say his name, but I know this dude was broke as hell. I know he was broke as hell. He would take pictures with fucking like fucking $800-900 all fucking waving it around him and shit. He had no fucking money. The dude was a bum. Nice guy, but he was stunting. And I just
You're wearing it well. They're gonna wear it.
and that's
Things
funny.
that-
That's fun. No, that's funny. Just let me finish this point. That's funny that you said that. You wear it well, because I'm thinking a dress code. I'm thinking a dress code. If you want to be in public, there needs to be a dress code.
You're getting into like communist
Like a Star of David?
stuff.
Listen to me.
No, not even that.
Listen to me. There should be such a stigma attached to that you would rather work in the shit mine shoveling shit all day than go on welfare for a fucking minute. Just like you don't want to be a single mom with 6 fucking baby daddies. That shit is attractive to people now. People think
It's
that's
an
cool.
idea. It's like this
people
pub-
think that's cool.
Somebody probably wrote a book about it.
We
How
love
to
you,
do
Queen.
It. Yeah.
Shine on, Queen. Live on, King.
Live your best life.
Live your best life, King. You got 9 kids from fucking 6 different girls.
Joe, when I was a kid, there was a stigma to all the stuff he's mentioning. It was
Divorce.
shameful.
All
Even
that
marijuana.
shit.
Even marijuana. It was a
all that
stigma
shit.
to it
Your
all.
kid's a drug addict. Oh, you're getting shunned. You're getting
You-
shunned out of the fucking social circle. Your
You-
kid's a fucking bum. Your kid lives at home with you. Bum.
If you
Your
smoke-
daughter's pregnant. Bum.
If you smoked marijuana when I was in high school, you were considered a loser. But
Or a
you had
druggie.
People, yeah. or a
Yeah,
drug
it
addict.
wasn't too far gone when I was in high school. Just people were doing it.
Now it's everyone's wearing shirts and paraphernalia. There's like gear. They wear it like it's
with
it's
the
an
pot-
identity. It's
with
an
the pot
identity.
leaf on it. Yeah, I've
ev-
seen this.
Everything's
stuff.
an identity now. They have an identity. I'm for outlawing people walking around in their pajamas. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Listen,
there's
you're
no pride in
taking
the way
me too
people dress.
far. I think everyone should be presentable, but that's neither here nor there. But if once again, I'm not trying to sound what word am I looking for? Authoritative. Is that the word I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that how I sound right now? Like,
You did, yeah.
but if you listen to what I'm saying, it's not bad. I'm the government. Think of me as the government. I'm an entity. I'm the governmental entity. And you, Joe, we'll use you. You are down on your luck and you need some assistance. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm literally going to pay you. I am the government. You don't know me. You just know that you mail a letter to me or you sign a form online and I give you money. Right?
Yeah.
Now, at your job, any job, the guy who pays you is usually your boss, right?
Yes.
So when your boss tells you to do something, what do you got to do?
Do it.
Okay. So if we're thinking like that, if I'm living on the government's dime and the government tells me to do something or the government says I have to do something, shouldn't I have to do it? Or I don't need to get any more assistance?
Yes.
Theoretically, yes.
Yes. See,
Yes.
no. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
theoretically has
That's
become
all you have,
almost like a
though.
dirty word. It's reality. Reality.
But that's what you have. It's all theory, but that's what
not.
you
I
have.
know, but that's not a theory. That's a truth.
The fine line between reality.
Yeah,
and
like
fantasy is
as-
broken down.
yeah, like drug testing and stuff like that.
I am going far beyond drug testing. I want alcohol testing. I want the whole fucking 9 yards. I want them to test for fucking steroids. I don't care. No one should be having a good time living off the government. It shouldn't be enjoyable at all. You should get the bare minimum to live.
It should be shameful.
You should not be buying cigarettes. You should not be buying pot or any other drugs.
Lottery tickets.
You should not be going to the movies. You should not be going to the mall. You shouldn't be doing anything. You need to sit in your fucking house and get a job, go to your job, come home, feed your kids, and go to fucking bed. Because you are on government assistance. Stop living like you're fucking living a life.
And it's crazy because
I'm not trying to be offensive. Please do not take this as offensive.
They
I think it's
treat
like fucking
people
reality.
that are on welfare, that are able bodies, that can work. They treat them. They give them more benefits than the disabled. The
Yes.
people that are actually on
is true.
disabled that can't.
That is true.
It should be. It should be either the opposite, or it should be. It shouldn't be that. That shouldn't be the case.
How about a shirt? They gotta wear a shirt. How about a shirt?
Star of David.
No, a welfare shirt. It says welfare on it,
Oh,
and you gotta wear it.
How about a big
That's a little too
W?
much.
Why?
Too much. That's my opinion.
you have to wear a
You can't
Kamala
force
hat.
people to wear clothes. Yeah, wear a Kamala hat. Oh my god.
What about an ankle monitor?
No, that's only for criminal behavior, in my opinion.
Some welfare.
Scamming welfare is criminal
If
behavior.
you're scamming welfare, then yeah, you should wear an ankle bracelet. Then you got me on that. Yes.
Like if you go try
Listen,
to go
I'm
to
not. These are not gotcha questions. These are
all right.
opinion questions.
How about welfare fraud being a felony?
What-
should-
I have, oh
depending on the
God.
amount.
I
It
have
is.
another feeling on it, man. You guys are drawing me out. So
So this is about Joe's Tennessee trip, right?
yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah, well, I told you I only
We're
have
just
like
ranting.
15
We're
minutes
yelling.
of content.
We're yelling. Shut up.
For
We're
that.
yelling. I think just me and me alone. These are not the views of Unqualified Uprising.
Well, you are qualified.
I know, but you guys are a very, very tiny, small part of it.
We don't have to agree on that.
And, we can reiterate how small of a part it actually is. But are you supposed to drink and drive?
Definitely not.
Okay. Are you supposed to defraud welfare?
Definitely not.
Me and me alone, I personally think if someone in your family gets convicted of welfare fraud, they did it, definitely a felony, and no one, not a solitary person on that bloodline can ever apply for any form of public assistance to deal with whatever welfare they defrauded.
Okay, so you're using that as a deterrent.
Yes.
Okay, but that person's not going to care.
Oh,
They don't care.
then
That's it.
then
they're not
they
gonna care.
are a
It's
terrible
not-
person and they should
Yeah.
be in prison.
It's like there's people like you're talking about the lady that left her kids. I mean, it's just
Well, yeah.
There's anybody will do anything. Anybody will stomp over anybody to get a little bit ahead. It's insane. I mean, you're thinking of a deterrent. I don't know. Like, how do you tell somebody that has 3 kids? It's not the kid's fault. That's my problem with it. It's not a 5-year-old's fault.
That is the issue. Yeah. That is a big issue.
It's not a 5-year-old's fault that her parents are her parents are scumbags. I wish there was some education for those kids though, because I feel bad for them children. So that's where you got to point. You can't starve a kid to death because their parents are scumbags.
No. Man, we are going down the rabbit hole because I also believe in breeding licenses, but that's me.
Okay, well.
That's me. No, you can ask. You can ask. Listen, listen. You want honesty? I give you some fucking honesty. What kind of asshole am I, or what kind of asshole would I be if I didn't have a job, and my big fat fucking lover didn't have a job, and we were sitting around in our fucking 1-room apartment, and I bang her, and now she's pregnant? What kind of person am I?
Well, that's a person that's kind of selfish.
Yeah, that's a big fucking dummy. Big fucking dummy.
Yeah.
So
people get themselves into this. I mean, I don't think it's always on purpose. I think people get themselves.
It's on purpose. It's on purpose unless the condom breaks. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that nonsense unless.
Well, that wasn't the point I was making.
Accidents happen. No, accidents do not happen.
That wasn't even the point I was going to make. You still have this. No matter what, it just comes down to me. It just comes down to a child, no matter what. So, you can't take welfare away from children. What say you, Joe?
I think.
No, I agree with that. I mean, the children of the people on welfare have to be fed.
Well, that's why my plan would work, because you can't sell that government food at the welfare store. You can't sell it for any extra money, so they're gonna have to get food for their kids.
Right? They can't sell their food stamps for money.
No, absolutely not. If you get caught doing that, you're going to jail forever.
So. There's some things that should be a felony, but
100%. Okay, let me ask you. I got obviously crazy off the wall ideas.
I'm like 80% with you, Mike. I'm just saying.
You're just against my shirt?
The shirt, I'm definitely against.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know if you should.
I was the only
thing
way
one and thing two. I mean, it's
that's the only way you can get the stigma, because there's a lot of people out there that are facades.
Like a drunk driver.
Drunk driver. No one else in their everyone else in their family needs their license taken. Or
well, there's some stigma with that with the interlock devices.
That's fine. Tell me.
That's
I'm crossing
insane.
the
that
line.
One's insane.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, there's different things with the. I mean, they have interlock devices you have to put on the car and different things like that. There's some stigma.
They get somebody to breathe
driving.
for them.
How about this? DWI, never drive again. License gone forever in all 50 continental United States.
That's arguable, but I agree with you. But I think I think the argument can be not that's extreme. I think maybe the second one.
10 years.
10 years, maybe the first one should be 2 years minimum. Second
prison,
time,
2 years.
Because I think first time you can make a mistake one time, you should be forgiven for some mistakes. Second time, 1, 2 and done. 2 strikes, you're out on driving drunk.
What about welfare fraud? Or let me propose it to you like this. How would you fix the welfare? How would you go about President Tom? How would you go about fixing the welfare system in this country?
Well, my way is that I think I was leading towards the. You have the stores in mind. I'm just saying only certain food that the government provides for you to eat. Like you can only have. You can't be having people buying crab legs and
shrimp,
filet mignon.
But I don't know about that.
That's always been a problem with people. Anybody that's ever complained about people, even when I was a kid, anybody that was on welfare, they're getting all their stuff taken. They're getting soda, they're getting candy, they're getting that.
Well, but like some of the stuff, I agree. See, crab legs is actual food. If you're talking about like potato chips,
it's indulgent,
and snack food like that, you could say that you're not allowed to have that.
Crab legs is indulgent.
Ain't no asshole that's listening to this podcast.
I personally don't like
I'm
crab
out of my fucking mind, but ain't none of them gonna disagree when I say this. Anybody on welfare should not be eating no fucking crab legs unless they're walking their ass to the ocean.
Yeah, I don't even like
crab.
So, I
know.
And by the way, to that point, I agree with that. Go hunt for your food. Sure.
Well, you can eat crab legs all you want if
Yeah.
you build a fucking crab box and catch them yourself.
Yeah, that's
but
a
no
good
way
idea.
the government should be buying
So-
crab legs for anybody.
As President Tom.
President
that's the-
Tom,
Yeah,
yes.
that's it. The concept is interesting of having a store where they can shop at, but there's all this shit, and that's the problem with it. We all go out of our way because nobody in the government, they always say, we don't want to embarrass anybody. We don't want to embarrass
we
anybody.
do.
Yeah, you
Yes,
do.
we do.
You do, yes. So my whole problem with I think that's if you have kids, you can't take food away from kids. So you have a certain allowance for food that you can get, and that's a good idea. You can go to the food store to get your food.
That's it.
And it could be open. It could be open 24/7. It could be open every time they need to go get food.
Okay.
So there's no excuse, so they can get there. If they can get a ride at 4 a.m. as opposed to noon.
Yeah, I'm fine
Then-
with a taxi service, and
Yeah,
this
so-
creates a lot of jobs.
Yeah. So 24/7.
Yes.
You're against the free rides. I mean, you can give vouchers for the bus, vouchers for Uber if
Okay.
they're only going to this place
Okay, yeah, we could do something
for
like
that place specifically. So food seems to be the biggest issue with everything, like that. Phones. You gotta have a phone though.
When it comes to the phones,
Today's
Got to
world.
pay like everybody else.
well, when it comes to the phones, you do not need an all frills phone.
Correct.
They actually,
You
You don't
right.
need an iPhone.
They actually
No.
have phones for the disabled and people that are on welfare that are like basic.
It
cell
should
phones.
say on it welfare phone. There should be no case. There should be nothing.
It should be like a flip phone.
And it
doesn't
should say
have-
well,
welfare
that's what
phone
they
on
do.
it.
They have
It should
the-
be bright yellow and say welfare phone on it. No T-shirts, but we'll do the welfare phone.
Yeah.
Can you
I'm-
text?
Listen,
No more texting.
listen. I have met so many people in my life: Democrats, Republicans, Independents, fucking borderline psychotics. That is the issue. It's not about rich or poor or race or anything. It's this one guy told me, and you know him. You actually worked with him with me. He told me he was working third shift, and he left at 7 a.m. like we used to. And he was on the 2300. If you're, I don't want to tell his name. But
I know
he's a legend. He's a legend.
I got you. I know who you're talking about.
So he went to Price Chopper, which is now Market 32 on Route 30 in Amsterdam, because he wanted a Mr. Good bar, a big ass Mr. Good bar. You know what I know you know what Mr. Good bar is, Joe.
Can't
Don't
it?
turn your mic off. Keep your mic on. Is your mic on?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Don't you ever shut that mic off.
It's a candy bar.
So he told me he was walking up to the front, and he was just about to get to the aisle. And this guy, he over embellished stories, but he had a way. He said, "Well, my foot, I put my foot in the aisle, and all of a sudden, here comes this humongous woman pushing a cart with her tall, lengthy, idiot-looking boyfriend pushing a cart behind her. 2 fucking full carts full of potato chips, soda, fucking Kool-Aid, steaks, fucking sausages, crab legs, lobster, everything
Right.
you could possibly get. Fucking welfare card. And he had to stand there and fucking wait behind them. Because, I'm sorry, not only are these motherfuckers half of them on welfare, they feel entitled. They feel like, give me that money.
Yeah.
I see people crying in their cars, screaming about their food stamps. I see people crying in their cars, screaming about their fucking welfare check. Absolutely unacceptable.
I've seen them argue in the supermarket.
Yeah,
myself. Like
absolutely
This
unacceptable.
card should have money on it. I've seen that. Yeah.
No. That's why there needs to be a special store.
Oh, you got a special store, then you can take it up with them.
Okay, President Tom, you're still going.
So it's
You had a
2
couple
years.
things.
So I'm saying going back to the point about the we were talking about DWI and stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm saying that is serious stuff. I would like to say you lose your license for life in the first shot, but I think one time you can have an accident from anything
Okay.
that could make you inebriated.
Okay.
But 2 times is not an accident.
What if you're like 5 times above the legal limit on your first? See, this is where
You got see that's where you got to use discretion.
Yeah, but I'm tired of using discretion. I'm tired of
You
being
got to use something.
discreet.
No matter what, it's going to happen. No matter what. But this is President Thomas, not President.
Oh yes,
Mandela.
correct.
So, I'm
Ruler, Lord Emperor,
with
Mike.
my scepter.
Yes. No.
Well,
not
I'm
trying to be
saying-
scary.
I'm saying the first time around, yeah, okay. So you're saying the first time around, some guys obliterated. I wouldn't say kill anybody in that sense, but they're just oblivious. They're just
Yes.
drunk,
Yes.
belligerent, whatever you want to use.
Yes, knocked
you know.
down a telephone pole.
Yeah. All right, so they had an accident.
Yes.
Okay. You can make the argument then they should never get their license back.
Correct.
It would have to be an argument.
Because I understand a little bit over the legal limit, but if you're 5 or 6 times, like I see these fucking district attorneys running around their Tahoes all fucking drunk.
They should
on
be
dash
fired.
cam.
There's
They
They're
should
all
be
fired. They
government
all
job.
get fired. They do.
In New York, though, there's actually a law that if anyone gets drunk and then drives and
Yes.
gets into an accident and
Yes.
kills somebody,
Yeah, it's no tolerance.
they actually lose their license for life.
You
There's
sure about that?
Yes, it's a lifetime
life?
lifetime revocation if you kill somebody in a car accident while you're drunk.
That's a good word he used. Revocation. I never even
Revocation.
heard that fucking word.
That
I think it means to
it gets
revoke.
taken away.
Yeah, it
It's
means to
not
revoke. It's the
suspend.
past tense of
Yeah.
revoke, I believe.
But yeah, and then it's very hard to get it back. You have to go through a lawyer and all of that. You can eventually in like 10, 20 years, but you still it's pretty close to. I mean, you have to go through a lot to get it back.
well,
It's
in
not-
President's time administration, we gotta bow down to him. We're in his cabinet.
Yes.
He's still
One
speaking.
mistake, as long as it's
We-
not extreme. If you kill somebody, I don't like vehicular manslaughter.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the
I
thing.
mean,
You can
that's
get
why
charged
you get
with
out
that
of jail in
too.
8 years. I mean, it's or you can get out of
8
jail.
years?
You
Fucking
get out of
2
jail.
years
You
now.
can get out of jail in 2 years. Yeah, I was gonna say even a year in some cases, or time served or whatever. That's you killed somebody, man, because of your stupid mistake. How is that? How are you allowed to get out of jail in 2 years for that?
Listen, some dude around here within 30 miles beat up a baby. He beat up like a 2-month-old, and he was in jail for like 3 months, and he got out. He beat up a baby.
Ugh.
You beat up a baby. Anybody can beat up a baby. That's
He's
not
so
a fair
evil.
fight. It's not a
He's
fair
so
fight.
evil.
I think even I'd win that fight.
Now I know the baby probably said something wrong. The baby said something mean to him or something. I don't
Baby
know, but
said-
you
baby
can't
was-
fight a baby.
Baby was
No.
being sassy, but you can't.
Yeah.
A baby
It's
shouldn't
totally
provoke.
inexcusable.
Absolutely not.
Baby can't. In my
No,
opinion,
a baby
provoke
cannot
per-
provoke anybody.
into beating the hell out
My
of
dog.
them.
Listen, my dog is blind and old, and I didn't realize she was peeing. And I picked her up yesterday. She peed right in my fucking face, like a shot off the bow from a battleship, like 3 feet away. She pissed right in my fucking eye almost. What did I do? I put her back down, washed my face off, cleaned up where she peed, and took her outside so she could pee more. I didn't throw her against a fucking wall.
No.
You don't do that to anything. Jesus.
There are people that will do that,
Well, those people should be locked up and jailed forever.
and they shouldn't have pets
Okay.
or children.
Well, in Tom's administration, we're still fixing welfare. I love, man. ADHD personified. I love it. It should be the ADHD podcast.
Yeah.
I love it.
Is
But
it
that's
too late
okay.
to change? That's not
That's
bad.
okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's a good idea.
It is.
Yeah.
No, we ain't changing the name. Shut up.
That's a good idea.
No,
All
President
right, well,
Tom.
Too late.
President
Okay.
Tom.
So what else do you want to know about my administration? What else can I promise?
I
you?
want to know what your plans would be with welfare. How would you have no choice. You have to deal with welfare. You have to fix it. You have to implement something. Something needs to happen. What would be one of the first things that you would do? And once you do it, it's enacted across the board in every state.
Okay. So every case should be investigated right away.
I believe I
Yeah.
totally agree with that. And you're not saying it because that's what I said as well, correct?
No,
Those
no.
are your own personal
No,
feelings.
and also you can have them keep a ledger, of what their expenses are.
What else are they doing?
Yeah.
They're not working.
Yeah, they can keep a ledger, and you have to submit this ledger every week or every month or whatever it is. As you can pick up your vouchers or your food stamps
At
or
the
whatever
post
it is.
office or something, yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna have them go to the welfare office. That'd be a lot of people. I mean, well, today and under a new administration, it might not be. You got to make it so it's not worth the like it's too easy to get.
Correct.
So you got to make it where you got to like if you want to go on welfare, you got to earn it.
You gotta
Almost-
need it.
Yeah, you got to really need it.
You got to need it.
You got to go through. It's like there's too many hoops. You got to make it so many hoops that they're gonna be. It's just easier to get a job.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's it. You got to let them keep a ledger of everything there, all their expenses, what they have, how much their electric bill every month is, and they're probably gonna get that paid for as well anyway.
Right.
So I don't know how HEAP works. I don't even know how these programs work out. Some of them.
Well, you have control.
So
You have absolute veto control. You can enact any policy you want. Your first one would be
well, if you want to live like a recluse for the rest of your life.
okay.
That's what's going to happen if you're on welfare.
Okay.
Because you're not going to be able to afford to go on vacation. You're not going to be able to afford.
Oh, absolutely
nice
not.
cars.
You should not be going on. You should not.
And if you are going on, I mean, I don't know if it should be like a probation officer type thing, but you should maybe have to check in with your caseworker every month. What are you doing? You know, you're on the government dime, right?
That's what I'm saying.
You're saying the government's the boss.
Yes.
So this is actually kind of like being influenced by you, Mike, with this concept because I just thought of it.
Right.
But you answer to this caseworker every
Correct.
month and say, okay, what are you doing this month? If you're traveling, you got to tell them. How are you paying for this? If you're going to Florida, how are you paying to go to Florida?
Exactly.
How are you planning to go to this hotel?
Exactly.
How are you paying for it?
But they'll try to use. They'll say my boyfriend.
Okay, your boyfriend. What's his name?
Well,
I want to talk to him.
They're going to be able to get that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, then that's hoops. That's what I'm talking about. It's gonna be difficult. Somebody will trip up somewhere. It's just hoops. You got to make it difficult for them because now they don't. There's no questions asked. I'll get my wife a check and I'm off to Florida. I'll have to do whatever I want to do. How do you afford to go to Florida? Your boyfriend. So I'm going to subtract this from your allotment this month. Then.
Ah, see, I
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So.
Because if you have money to go to Florida,
Yeah. I don't
you
care if it's
have
a gift.
money to get groceries.
Yeah, I don't care if it's a gift. So, I mean, the only exception would be maybe a death in the family or something to that effect. If somebody in your family is going to pay for that, to go to Disney World.
Oh,
No,
absolutely,
yeah.
fucking not.
Yeah. You don't belong to Disney
You
World.
can go to Disney World in your head, in your imagination. You can go ahead and imagine Disney World.
Yeah. So I'll use it as caseworker. I'm not going to use probation officer, but that's for lack of a better word. But it'd be like a caseworker that you have to report to every month.
I don't want to sugarcoat it anymore. It's going to be your welfare officer. It's going to be your welfare officer, and you're going to have to check in. And if
And they should supply your
the food or the stamps and
the
stuff.
stamps or whatever they're going to use to get this, whatever rides you need, whatever you need for heat or electricity,
Doctor's
whatever it is.
appointments, anything. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to have it thoroughly. I mean, like you said, we have all these IRS agents that we hired.
Yes.
We can afford this to pay people to have a group to watch over a group of people that are that need this public assistance.
And maybe we should go back to stamps because they got rid of the stamps to get rid of the stigma. So
I know
everybody
the shame. They got rid of the shame.
No.
People,
We need shame. This country needs shame badly.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry.
and this
dude.
country, the ironic part is this country is nothing but shame. Everybody's
I know.
trying to shame everybody.
I know.
With social media, everyone's trying to shame everyone. I mean, they go out of their way to shame people. It's. Like
I don't give a
freaking
shit.
YouTube.
Shame me all you want.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care.
That's the hoop too. That's a deterrent to me. So
What, shaming people?
Well, that's a deterrent to be shamed. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
I don't
all
go
right.
around committing crime because A, I don't want to be in jail, and B, I don't want to be known as a felon or be an actual felon to any employers.
I got to use this voucher to pay for my car that will only go to a doctor's appointment. That will only go to
Yes, yes,
the food store.
yes.
That's it. And you got to have it. That's what yeah, you're right. The food stamps was a stigma. We didn't want to embarrass the poor person. We're giving the person money out of our pockets that we work for.
They should be embarrassed.
And and I'm paying your medical bills too. That's answer to me a little bit.
Okay, President Joe.
Also, the cause.
No, you're President Joe now. You have
no longer. Tom's
been
been
voted
impeached.
out.
I've been impeached.
Tom's been impeached and resigned in disgrace. Him and his running mate,
So now you want my
Michael
view.
Dukakis,
My view on it.
has resigned. Yes.
You're replaced. You took
Yeah.
over.
Yes.
People on welfare should not be driving in brand new cars.
Absolutely not.
There should be like a rule where it's like
There should be government cars.
Yes,
I'll give you a government car.
You go.
It'll be a normal fucking car. It'll be like a Pontiac on fire. And you
yeah.
can drive that shit around. That's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
It's not gonna be no fucking Acura.
No.
Ugh.
How can you afford
Okay.
an Acura anyway?
So we were covering the grocery stores and stuff.
You're President Joe. Just lay it on me.
I wouldn't be so much as creating a different store for the people that are on welfare. I'd be more into limiting the foods that they could buy. Like, for example, if you shouldn't be buying chips and dip and stuff like that and soda if you're on welfare.
What should you be buying?
And you shouldn't be using it to buy to use the cash part of it to buy cigarettes and stuff like that. You should be buying food that you need to eat to feed the family, for stuff for the kids. That's
the concept
nutritious.
we're talking about yeah, that's not going to happen. They're not going to sell cigarettes at the. I know
No,
you're President
Because
Joe.
that's what they
No.
did. They switched it.
I'm going to.
I would eliminate the cash option on the food stamps because they have a cash option where you could use it as cash versus.
Who actually? Are you serious?
Yes.
That
So
is
that's how-
is incredible.
That's
So
how
why
they-
don't I get some money? Where's my money?
I want food stamps now.
Where's
sounds
my
like a good,
money?
Sounds like a good deal.
It does, doesn't it?
Why don't people that work get a food allotment?
Because we don't. If
That's
you go
ridiculous.
to apply
That's
for it, they would
ridiculous.
tell you make too much money. That's what.
Yeah,
they
I know,
would
but
do.
I don't want to spend my money on groceries.
Yeah,
I'm
me
already
neither.
buying that.
I'd
dude's
rather not
groceries.
pay. I would rather
I
not
want
pay for
my own
groceries either.
groceries.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Yeah, you get turned down. They'd laugh at us if we went down there.
To wrap up a point I was saying earlier, and I just lost it again. I had it. I just continue amongst yourselves. I got to remember my
oh
point.
I
god.
want to hear from President Adam.
Yeah, I do want to hear from President Adams.
The other thing I would do is I would definitely switch everybody from the card back to actual food stamps.
Yeah, but then they still trade them back and forth anyway as currency.
I think under the
They do it with
concept,
the card. There's actually a sign in Walmart now saying that it's fraud to transfer your
Okay,
welfare.
I don't mean-
hold on.
that don't
I
mean-
remember my
Let
point.
Mike
Hold
talk.
on. I remember my point. I got to get it out. What I was trying to say earlier is I've met a ton of people in my life, all from different walks of life, and a majority of people that hate the welfare system and are just so fed up with it, they're afraid to say anything. It is a majority of people in this country, and I am talking probably exclude everybody that's on welfare and everybody that's related to someone on welfare. I bet you it's 85-15. 85% probably do not support that. And I'm not talking every social program. I am talking generational welfare. It's inducing poverty. It's just giving. It's like, here's your poverty. See you later. Thank you. Goodbye. And I think people are just afraid to have this conversation. I was going to name this podcast Difficult Conversations, but I went with Unqualified Uprising. But no one wants to say what he said. The kids need food. I get it. The kids need food. The kids also need a stable fucking human being to raise them. And evidently, you ain't it. So you got to go. And they got to go with somebody else. And I know the foster system's broke. I understand. I understand
it's a shambles.
adoption's horrible. I understand it. I get it. But once you fix something and you do it right, it's going to snowball into other things, and other things are going to get cleaned up. But I cannot and I will not go on giving money to people that want to just sit around and do nothing. That is so antithetical to what we are trying to do in this country. Everyone should be trying to pull themselves up by their fucking bootstraps. Okay, I get it. I ain't going to play for the fucking Jets or the Ravens. I get it. I'm not going to be the center field for the Yankees. But if I really tried and I really worked my ass off, I could probably go somehow and work in the Yankees organization. I could move to Baltimore and work for the Ravens. There are things that you could do, but you have to do it yourself.
Yes.
Doors ain't going to open for you. And I think giving people welfare is a fucking joke. It's a cop-out. It's a cop-out because you don't want to say, listen, you big fat broad, you need to put on some clothes that fit, and you need to stop having babies, and you need to get a fucking job. Or, hey, listen, you doofy ass, stop living in your friend's fucking upstairs bedroom and peeing in the garbage can that has a fucking hole in it because it leaks all over the floor, and get a fucking job. I'm tired of paying your bills. Rant over for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Well, I mean, other things too, and that people are doing are very similar to the whole welfare conversation. Like people that want the government to pay their debt for them.
Yeah, that's another fucking thing.
You know what I mean?
I was just thinking about that
between
today.
the student loans.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
and
That's
that-
a bunch of fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I
'Cause
mean,
oh man,
you know, it's like
It makes you live it.
it does. It does. It does. It makes everybody. It makes everybody that thought about going to college and didn't, or had no idea, didn't want to go anyway.
yeah,
It has those people are enraged. And I'll tell you why. Because I had to pay for fucking college. Ain't nobody giving me shit. I had to pay $10,000. I know it's not a lot. It's a subpar college. I don't even know if it's in existence anymore. It's like your college where you fucking went.
Yeah.
Another
it's not
fucking university.
it's not just college though. I mean, it's saying that people are actually declaring personal bankruptcy a lot more than they used to.
Yeah, but it doesn't work like it used to. I don't think it.
I don't
think
know,
chapter,
but they
no,
said
I think
that
Chapter 11 is different now because you used to be able to just declare bankruptcy and they take whatever liquid assets you have and leave half the shit that you fucking somehow
they
got.
said they're going up because there's so much debt and young people are just filing for bankruptcy to get out of their debt.
Listen, what did you start this initially with? The student loans?
No, well, there was the student loans, and then I heard a story today on CNBC.
No, why are you watching CNBC?
Because I was watching their business. The business.
Okay, Money Boy, we get it.
But they were actually talking about that. They were talking about the fact that the debt, America's personal debt for families and stuff, and the fact that there's so many people right now filing for bankruptcy and they're having all their debt discharged. But where does the money go? You know,
I don't know, but stop getting fucking degrees on ancient Aztec frogs because nobody gives a fuck. Stop spending $600,000 on it.
Yeah,
you're a moron. You're a fucking moron. You're a moron.
That's true.
And one of the senators needs to stand up in the fucking House of Representatives or Congress and start screaming, okay, if we are going to forgive everyone's fault, and I heard Mike Rowe say, you know that Dirty Jobs guy?
Yeah.
They'll hate him now because he fucking came out for Trump. Guess what? He said, okay, you're going to pay this dude his $100,000 liberal arts or butterfly studies class. You need to get this guy an F-350 because he's a plumber, and you need to pay it off. It's $92,000 because it's a dual wheel. So, okay, pay off my house. Pay off my house. You want college debt returns or college debt fucking forgiveness? Pay off my fucking house. I want mortgage forgiveness. Yeah. This is what irritates people. And they can't say it because their friends are in college or their friends want fucking financial, they want the debt fucking take care. You can't say that. You don't want to offend people.
Now somebody's tuned in right now. It's going to listen. Well, what about welfare for the rich?
Welfare for the rich?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So what about CEOs that can claim bankruptcy on some of their businesses?
Well, that's another bunch of bullshit.
Topic.
That's another bunch of bullshit. Well, no, the gold you're talking.
I'm being devil's advocate.
Yeah, you're talking about like the golden parachutes and shit where
yes,
they get fired and they get $19 million even though they get fired in disgrace.
I guess that's private sector anyway.
Yeah, that is kind of private sector, but it's just, who is running the welfare? Who's the boss of welfare? Does anybody know? No one knows.
We have to Google it. Do you?
No, I'm saying nobody knows.
Who I think I would say that the boss of it is whoever is providing the money, which is the Congress, and then the president signs off when there's a budget, or that's where the money comes. That's where the money's coming from.
There has to be one person, though. There has to be one person. There's
the arbiter, the welfare. Yeah, there has to
be.
Like
a comptroller that's in charge? Is that what you would want?
Yeah, but I'm not going Tom DiNapoli because I'm not sure. But I do believe. I know everything's done by committee in this country. I understand the Congress, and I get the three branches of
checks
government
and balances.
Checks and balances. But just like they when they were on that Secret Service lady, Kim Cheel or whatever, who okayed the not having people there? Well, it was a chain of command decision. Who signed the order? Well, it was a committee order. Who signed? She wouldn't answer. I want to know who the boss of welfare is. Who is the kingmaker deciding on welfare? If it's the president, no good. If it's the fucking comptroller, or I don't know who it is, someone needs to take charge.
We need a name.
Yeah. Because they should be fired.
We need a name. And no matter what, this person, whoever it is, got to be held accountable. And
someone needs to be held accountable.
Yeah, so we got to, that's the same thing what we're talking about when we should run debates.
Welfare shirt.
Yeah.
Welfare shirt.
Oh, but it's what you're saying about we should run debates. No.
Shut your mouth and just answer the question.
No,
just
that's not
the
an
question.
Yeah. Well, maybe Judge Judy type shit.
Stop saying
know?
Trump.
Yeah.
Stop saying Trump.
No. Not Trump. That's not an answer. Trump's not an answer.
Trump is not an answer.
Not for this.
Okay, King Adam, President Adam,
Your turn,
Monarch Adam.
Yep.
He's going to go on for days.
Turn
you
it.
sure you want to do this?
Get that levels up and talking
Yeah,
that microphone.
well,
You're getting on the spot.
Yep.
Okay, you live in the farmlands of upstate New York.
That's correct.
You don't make a ton of money. Your family's not. You're not affluent.
That's
You're
correct.
kind of an American boy.
Yes.
That is correct. You've had a job since you were what?
19.
And you also had to work on the farm as a child, right?
Yep. Probably since like 12 or 13.
Okay. You lived on unemployment for like a year and a half one time, right?
Yep.
Tell me, in all honesty, that was some of the greatest times of your life, correct?
It was. 'Cause I didn't have to fucking do anything.
You didn't have to do anything, and you got free money.
Mm-hmm.
Was that during COVID?
No,
No, it was way before that.
way before COVID. I just wanted to. I just wanted to preface it.
Way.
That is, I do believe that's probably, other than the stipends and shit that everybody else got, that's the only free money Adam ever obtained from the government. I was on unemployment too. It was fucking great. But I want to hear what you would do in the Adam administration to try to combat your presidency. We're back from our dinner break, so here we are.
We had American food.
We did have American food, as Joe would say. Hot dogs and curly fries.
And chili and cheese.
That's America.
Ah. Okay. You are sworn in, President Adam.
Yep. Okay. Well, give me something to start with.
Give you something to start about.
Forgot what we were talking.
No, we were talking about how would you go about fixing welfare. I'm a little less hangry now, so I'm a little more under control. I got a little wild.
Well, welfare is a tricky situation.
It is a difficult situation.
I'd say that if you're trying to go like to a gas station or a convenience store, piggyback off what you were saying, you shouldn't be allowed to buy cigarettes or fucking.
I'm pretty sure you can't buy cigarettes with the EBT card, and you can't buy scratch-offs and shit.
The thing about it is, the reason I know that you're not telling because I was actually at a place, a gas station.
Yeah.
I was at a place in the Gloversville area.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody
Yes.
use their food stamp card.
Are you sure it was
Yes.
there? How do you know?
Because I saw
Give
them.
me that.
I saw them put it in the card thing, and when they typed in their PIN, they put in that they want to use cash instead of food to buy their cigarettes. So I saw it getting done.
Merchant? Maybe they had to deal with the merchant. The merchant maybe rang it up as food.
Let me ask you.
I don't know.
Let me ask you. And
Devious minds.
Yeah. What kind of where is this like a Haji Mart?
No, it was it's like a 7-Eleven.
Okay, well,
No.
that is the Haji Mart.
Yeah.
That's the place where you can buy cigarettes.
Yeah.
Lucy's.
Oh, okay.
I know
Yeah.
there's still people will sell cigarettes.
Yeah, they'll sell cigarettes. Trust me. Every
They won't do it at
Every-
Cumberland Farms. They won't do it at Stewart's, but they'll do it at Haji.
they'll do it at 7-Eleven. They 100%, without a doubt. Timu's texting me. I bet you it's important. Okay.
You buy stuff from there because they screwed somebody I know.
Well,
Where
they tried to screw me, but
They
I
didn't
was
want
too.
to get. They
Too
took the money,
savvy.
but they didn't send the product.
No, listen. I tried to order a bunch of shit from them, and I fucking wrote the wrong expiration date on my fucking credit card, so the transaction didn't go through. I was ordering the dumbest bullshit ever. I shouldn't. No, I'm not allowed to look at.
You
Tebow
shouldn't.
anymore.
Yeah, you shouldn't be
No.
allowed to do anything. If I was with you, I would suspend your shopping ability
Oh my
because you're
God! Listen
irresponsible.
to this fucking guy.
Yeah.
We'll get back to your presidency. We're on Lord Adam Commander's presidency. So you need to fix welfare, and you need to come up with something within a week, at least some form of comprehensive plan. And they can't be like mine. No, you can't be
All right.
as extreme as me, and you can't be as as hand holding as Tom over there, worrying about people and stuff.
I was hardly hand holding.
Yeah, bleeding heart over there. The bleeding heart. And I know you don't like hungry kids, and I'm not saying if a hungry kid comes near you, you're gonna push it down. Like you like kids. Kids are cool. But you don't want to see no kids hungry. So what do you do?
Well, to piggyback of what you said beforehand, with having a certain time frame for during the day for when welfare people can go to the grocery store, but I would probably put a cap on it at probably maybe $200, if that.
I say 6 in the morning. 6 in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's your time. You got to be in and out of the store.
So wait, we can have an hour designated just to
I mean, they
welfare
have
recipients.
Well,
they have it. They have certain stores. I think Walmart and Target have it where they
Old
have
people
like the old
shop.
people come
Didn't
in.
they do that COVID? COVID
in the
they did
first
that.
hour, they had the first hour they're open. They were more geared towards the elderly and everything like that.
Boo.
COVID did
Boo.
that. They opened. Didn't they do that with Lowe's? I would.
Boo.
I thought they
I
did.
don't
Maybe.
think so.
Or
No,
some
they
stores,
let let anyone in, anyone and
yeah.
everyone.
Boo,
Because
elderly,
some
boo.
stores had like an hour. They let the elderly people come for the first hour.
So while you were in Target, Tom, shopping for that free hour, what did you see?
I don't think I went outside or to any store during COVID.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Well,
Okay.
I was introduced to
My
Instacart.
well, to continue what I was going on about. that
Yes.
They have certain time frames where they can shop during the day where everyone else is out there working for their money, and by the time 4 or 5 o'clock hits, they shouldn't be in the store buying a shit ton of nonsense while everyone else is trying to buy all their groceries. Because there's been countless times I go there, like Joe said, first of the month, it's a fucking nut house.
It is.
And you got I got my handful of stuff that maybe cost $50, and that's being generous. Meanwhile, they're $200-$300 worth of shit, and then they pull out the card.
Is the WIC program considered? Because I remember going to Walmart and I had like 3 things, and I'm behind somebody using WIC, but there's like they use like checks or something.
Yeah.
It was really, really like the cashier couldn't figure it out, and I stood there for about 50. I gave up and left. I just couldn't. My life was too short.
I think it's women. WIC stands for Women and Child or something.
I think anybody can get that or something.
No. It's for a girl with a baby. And it's for like milk and formula and shit. And I think that's a program for everybody.
That's specifically for just baby
Pregnant,
items
for baby stuff.
and milk.
I think that's
Yeah.
baby. I think that's all baby stuff, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
There should be like a welfare thing. They got WIC. Well, it should be POR. POOR.
Maybe have
POR.
maybe have a WIC line
Or even
a
There
food
should
stamp
be,
line.
there should be different lines.
Yeah.
You want to segregate us with race? You want to segregate? Listen, my political party wants to segregate everybody and lock their political prisoners up for life, like goddamn South Africa.
Yeah, they're telling you to go after them. Democrats, they tell you to go. Go after
so
these people.
My
Shame
political
them.
party would go after them, but I mean, a realistic person would understand that. I mean, sometimes you need help. You got to understand, Unqualified Uprising is not against social programs, any kind of social programs. But
I'm not against WIC. I'm against standing in line for 15 minutes because the cashier can't figure out how to do the WIC checks.
Yeah, see now.
yeah,
that,
that's not
You know
that's the
something,
store's
though?
fault. Go ahead,
when
Joe.
it comes to WIC,
We'll get back to President Adam in a
but
second.
when-
Hold on.
He's got a lot more to say.
I know.
come on.
when it comes to WIC, they got
Bully.
this whole
Nah.
the whole thing is ass backwards. You should have the food stamps if you're going in and you're on welfare and stuff like that. They shouldn't have converted it to a card to reverse the stigma, what have you. Now, when it comes to WIC, the WIC is for the kiddos. You should have like a card. It should be easy to use.
Baby card.
Yeah, something
Baby card.
something like that. Yeah.
Baby card.
WIC isn't
Now,
WIC isn't welfare though. I don't think it is.
No,
it's
it's
assistance for moms.
It's
Yeah.
assistance.
Okay. All right.
I can't define it, but
Probably
I
for single mothers, maybe. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
even 100%.
Yeah. Or maybe we shouldn't talk
You don't
about
have
it.
to-
No, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
just I know it's a legitimate thing that you can get. And I
it's
understand.
Open for, you can get it. I can.
No,
get it.
no.
All right.
No. Why would you get it? Are you having a baby?
Do I?
Women and child.
Yeah.
Wick.
Do you identify as a woman?
Are you identifying as a pregnant woman? No. You cannot have that poor lady's fucking milk or formula. No.
Can a single dad apply
No.
for it? So we don't know.
No, I would assume
because that'd
no.
be called dick.
And
Yeah,
you-
that'd be called dick. Dad and child. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Hold on, Joe. We got to get back
Yeah.
to President
All right, go ahead.
Adam.
Adam.
No, Joe, don't turn off your mic. We still need to hear you.
Just give him the floor.
We still need to
Yeah.
hear you. Okay?
All right. Well, like I was saying about the certain hours of the day that they can come in and get their stuff.
Okay. Do you think my shirt is too far?
No, I think that's fine.
What about a bumper sticker that you got to put on your? What kind of car should you drive if you're on welfare?
I want to say a brand new fucking car.
We were talking about. I just don't understand it. How can you have 4 or 5 carts full of nothing, full of garbage, full of Twinkies and Hostess cupcakes and a whole bunch of gummy bears? You can buy gummy bears.
No,
Pork
that shit would end. That'd be. Remember the food pyramid from back in the day when we were all in school? It'd be stuff from that.
That's fair. I give him that.
Because I can't tell you one person that needs a bag of fucking gummy worms over, say,
yeah.
bread or milk or vegetables or anything like that.
What about a Stewart's iced coffee?
Absolutely fucking not.
No, you're not gonna be able to. I guess on this universal. I think we think about it universally.
I think everybody thinks about this shit when
yeah.
they're standing in line behind someone and they're paying with the welfare card, and I think people are they attach that person to being a what do they call it? None be good. Or whatever. What are them? Some of them old timey phrases, Tom. What are?
Because I'm 150 years old.
Yeah. A never gooder or whatever. None to do. Whatever.
I'm started. I've been on this line.
Yeah.
No good, Nick?
Yeah. No good, Nick. Yeah. You mean, come on.
What in tarnation?
Yeah.
It's just a bad precedence for society. When you're talking about, you got people that are old that retire.
Yes.
Some of them don't even have a pension. They aren't making any money.
Yes.
And they can't get these benefits that young people are getting that are able bodies that can work.
Boo.
You know?
Work. Boo.
So seniors would fall under the with the torso guy. And,
A lot of times.
Yes, the torso guy would be.
A lot
Senior
of times they
citizens, it would be a
can't
different-
though.
different
I mean,
program.
they could get Medicare, but
we're talking about like 2 programs. One for legitimate help, and 2, I guess, for lack of a better word, suck offs.
If you ain't got an arm, or if you're missing 7 of your toes,
yeah.
well, maybe not 7 of your toes.
At least
miss-
8.
You gotta miss
missing
your
a
foot.
Yeah.
If you ain't got a foot, you shouldn't have to work.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah, I
shouldn't. If you don't have a leg, those are the people that deserve money.
Okay, piggybacking off of that.
Yes, continue, my friend. I'm sorry.
Okay,
you're making good points.
You're saying about not having a foot.
Yeah, no foot.
Is that a birth defect or is it from your poor lifestyle?
Nothing nefarious. No, you weren't injecting
Okay.
heroin into your foot.
Or
you weren't selling your foot for sex. No,
Another
nothing
rabbit
bad.
or
Either a birth defect or you tripped on a train track.
All right, I think that's fair.
Yeah, it's got to be a big train though.
So we put the senior,
Amtrak.
the senior citizens go with the club feet.
Yeah, senior citizens, the guy without a head, the girl with no kneecaps. Yes, those people need to be taken care of.
What about elephant man disease?
They get their own special hour.
Yeah, they get their own special hour. We're being shicky. We're being sticky about it. We got to get more to the point. Go ahead, Adam. You have the floor. I know you have things to say. Good job. That was
right,
very, very informative. Thank you.
I think.
Okay, let me ask you this.
All right.
Let me ask you this. So you think the shirt? Do you really think the shirt is okay, or are you saying that because Tom's a dork and you want to disagree with him?
No, I think the shirt's fine. I think you
Okay.
should be like a
Barcode?
not even a barcode. I say
Oh.
maybe like a shirt with like a little logo and like the lapel area.
Yeah. Was it like a circle with a red line through it and it money? Like it has the money sign?
I wouldn't even say that. Maybe like a W, like a small W that it's not blatantly obvious until you actually look at it.
You guys always keep your mics on. I love to hear the nondescript. Is that mic on?
Yes.
Okay. Do not turn those mics off. Both of you. Okay? Because I heard you. I heard you whispering over there. That's what I like. That's why I sit like this so I can see all three of you.
I gotta stop. Nobody's gonna make somebody wear a uniform for.
Why? Okay. Well, debate me. Why? Debate me. No. Why is it too far?
It should. You should be shaped.
Then give me $700 right now.
Oh, we'll give you the 700. That's the same
Give me
thing as our argument last
$700.
week.
No,
about,
my
how
thing
much
is,
to vote for a person.
fucking generational welfare, like we see in this fucking area, where it's just generation upon people collecting welfare. Get off your ass and fucking work.
Because being on welfare, you're not necessarily a criminal.
No, you are not a criminal at all. But you should not. Okay, I'm gonna sound mad.
That's where I draw the line.
Bad again.
That's where I draw the line, though.
Well,
okay,
you need to defend that statement. You draw the line.
I am, 'cause
why?
the same
No, you're
thing
not
is like
defending. You just say I don't agree with that. Why not?
Because
why?
I made this point earlier
Make
about
it again.
Star of David. So
Make it
let's
again. Make your point
okay.
again. You just yelled Star of David. You didn't say anything.
They put stars of David to separate people from other people. So, okay, so if you were considered an enemy of the state in some way, you were wearing a Star of David because you were Jewish. You would wear a pink triangle if you were gay. I don't remember what all the other symbols were, but they had symbols for black people. They had symbols for atheists. So I'm saying you can't put somebody in a freaking outfit because they're on welfare.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like putting a letter F on someone's forehead because they're a felon.
I'm going to listen. We put but if you want to debate, you're going to get one. We put people in uniforms in the military. We put people in uniforms in prison. What is the fucking difference? You are living off the government. If you have to live off the government, or if you have to work for the government, you work at the Pentagon, you got to wear a fucking suit.
A prisoner is in jail. If a prisoner escapes, let's say a prisoner's working out on the ground. Yeah, so they can be tracked easier.
Just know, I am not trying to got you. I am not trying to got you, but the road you're going down right now is a got you. But continue.
I'm saying because that's the difference. The prisoner is in the reason they wear prison outfits is because if they get away from their group, they're easily identifiable, especially if they're wearing an orange jumpsuit. Or a stripe.
I sound like Elliot. Right. Well, what about the military?
Military is the same thing. Military is a presence. So
why do they got to wear uniforms?
Well, I don't have to have an answer for that right away specifically, because I'm saying because they.
I'm asking
if
you
you're
in general.
referencing like a job, like you're saying for the police department. Well, what is a job about not
police
being on
department.
welfare?
No, I'm debating him right now. Because I'm.
Well, there are undercover police officers, and there are.
Don't. What are you?
What are you saying? I mean, you're not. That I mean, I'm not. I'm saying you should be subject to shame. It should be shameful to collect welfare, but that's just overboard.
This is overboard.
That's overboard, in my
So
opinion.
how are they supposed to?
It's bad enough that they go to the store, and it's bad enough that they're shamed to do all this other stuff that you're mentioning that we've talked about that I agree with. But you're just going to put a
negative black cloud,
a
horrendous negative,
basically clown hat on a person.
Yes.
Well, maybe they
because if the person because we're talking about temporary assistance, right?
Yeah,
You're
keyword temporary
assistance.
All right, so you get fired from your job. You need help for only a couple of months. All right, if you want to say, you can even if you made the argument that after 6 months and you're still on welfare, you get this clown outfit that you're supposed to wear.
It's getting absurd. Listen, you're gonna say it was already absurd, but it's getting absurd with your clown uniform. The point I was trying to get you to go to was the military. Why does the military got to wear uniforms? Well, it doesn't matter because they signed up. They got to do what the government tells them to do. Correct?
With the military, yes.
Okay. You signed up for welfare. You got to do what the government tells you to do.
Okay. Well,
wear a shirt. Wear a shirt.
It's never going to happen in a million years anyway. So
you can say that and go ahead and think that.
Nobody is going to. I don't think any sane person. I mean, I'm just saying. Do you think a sane person would want somebody else? I wouldn't want anybody to have to wear a shirt.
There's in some of these uniforms too. There's specific reasons why you have to wear. Like, for example, in the military, they wear a lot of camouflage because they don't want to be seen. There's a reason they wear what they wear.
Do they?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do they want to?
Right.
Shame.
But
Right.
they want. Yeah, you're supposed to be proud to wear the uniform. Do you
Right.
want to wear the uniform when you sign up? Yes, I would think they want to wear the. They envision being in the military.
And
Guys,
tactical
guys,
reasons
if
too,
you
though.
are
There's tactical
signing
reasons.
up for public assistance, you are signing up for public assistance. You are signing up for a government program. So whatever the government says, you got to do.
I'm gonna sign up for government assistance and have to wear a freaking outfit
Yeah.
that says I'm on public assistance. It's not gonna
I
happen.
think, yeah. You keep saying it's not gonna. It's
All right,
keep
all right,
saying
all right.
it's not gonna happen.
In your
but
world where it
It's
does
not going to
happen.
happen
You-
here.
listen,
It might
you
happen.
guys,
It's not happening under
you
my
guys are
administration.
not understanding what I'm trying to say. You are willing to just give some asshole sitting on their couch $700 a week, every week, for doing nothing, instead of making them wear a shirt. You're making me look like a fucking. I'm not.
Idiots for
I don't
working.
care how I look, but you're just. What you're saying to me is you don't want someone to be embarrassed and have to wear a shirt. You would rather pay for them. No. Answer no. Answer
What's
the
that?
no.
I can answer.
No.
I
No.
don't remember.
No.
No, you want
Here
your
is
answer
the-
to say no,
shut-
no.
I'm saying no. Would you rather someone wear a shirt that says they're on welfare, or you give them $700 a week? What is it?
I would have them wear a shirt.
I wouldn't have them wear the shirt.
You're full of shit.
Why would
You
you
are a
$700
liar.
a
Don't
week?
lie.
Oh,
You
they're
are a
giving me
liar.
$700 if they're giving me
No,
$700?
you
No,
no.
we're getting a welfare.
You are a
people
liar.
700
Okay, I'm a
bucks
liar.
week.
You are not telling. You're not being truthful.
What I'm saying is,
Hold
what
on.
I'm saying is
Hold
it's
on.
not going to happen. In this
I don't
All right,
care
yeah,
if
he
it's not
doesn't
going to
give a
happen.
shit.
There's a lot of things that are not going
None of
to
the stuff we're
happen.
talking about is gonna happen. So I guess that's the point.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what
Okay.
because you're asking
Thank
for
you
trouble.
very much, Mr. Trump. Listen, Kamala, answer the question. Do not double talk. Do not passive aggressive. Either
Ask the question.
Excuse me.
Ask the
I am trying to ask the question, but I have to direct you. Either they wear a shirt, or you personally have to give them $700 a week to sit on their couch and do nothing.
Okay.
No, don't. I just want yes or no. Nothing else.
Of course, I'm not gonna give up my own money.
That's more than okay. So that is a yes.
yes.
That's so
you gave me no alternative.
your
though.
dignity is only your dignity and humanity is only worth $700.
Okay, here's a problem.
Go ahead
I
and
can
tell me your
expand on it
problem.
now that I answered your
You're
question.
not
I
going
can
to stand on
expand
that.
What?
What?
I'm saying that. Okay, so
He wants to expand on it, but I'm good.
okay. You have a person in a shirt. I'm just saying you're asking for violence. You're asking for trouble.
Violence?
I don't
Wait
know.
a minute.
You
Violence
say,
against
okay,
who?
So
Go ahead. Elaborate,
no, I'm
please.
saying okay. So
no,
you're
elaborate
saying-
on the exact violence that
Are
you
you
just
talking
said.
about just the adults? Or are you talking about children?
Correct.
You're saying
Not going to make kids do anything.
'cause I was gonna
No
say-
child is involved in this.
All right, I was going to say that.
No
if a
child is
goes to-
involved in this.
So a parent picks up their kids at school and they're wearing this welfare outfit. It's embarrassing for the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
are you inviting this person to get rocks thrown at them?
This ain't the fucking.
like-
this ain't medieval times, bro.
Just like a-
ain't
just
nobody
like a
throwing
person-
rocks.
Well, just like a person dressed in drag might get rocks thrown at him.
That's
Medieval
what?
times too.
Who is throwing rocks at drag queens?
Are you saying people don't get picked on for dressing a certain way, or for work? I mean, when
Get back to
when-
the point.
Get back to the military.
Please, no.
When the military came back from Vietnam, people spit on them.
Yeah,
if they
baby
wore the
killers. I get it.
uniform. Yeah,
I understand.
all right, I'm
I
saying.
understand.
So irrational people might spit on these people. You're saying that the welfare recipient, even though it might be temporary, they might need just temporary assistance for 5 months, should get spit on.
Who is spitting on these people? First of all,
Who spit on the people in the military when they came back?
The
Call the baby
hippies?
killers. Just fucking deranged people that just get off on it for kicks. And they exist. There's people out there that just fucking hate on people for irrational reasons.
I understand what you're saying, But I'm wondering the context that someone is going to come spit on somebody because of their shirt.
People, okay, if somebody's wearing fucking a type of clothes. All right, here's another example.
Please don't make any examples. We're just staying on this topic. Your examples are all long-winded and they don't make any sense, and I forget about what I'm arguing with.
Okay, so why won't you? Okay, why won't you put a Trump bumper sticker on your car? We've had this conversation.
Why won't I put a Trump bumper sticker on my car?
Yeah,
because I don't want anybody to key my car.
Okay.
It's okay. Do you think you're leading me down a question?
I'm not trying to get you in a gotcha. I'm not trying to do a gotcha. I'm just saying in general, it's the same thing.
So if I see somebody in a Pontiac Sunfire wearing a welfare shirt, I'm gonna go key their car. Your argument has no fucking reality.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
You don't think anybody's gonna freaking go after a person for no other reason than they're wearing a welfare
so
shirt?
I'm
delusional.
gonna be in my I think you're gonna be I think you're a little delusional.
I think you are.
I'm gonna be in my car with my welfare shirt on, and someone's gonna come up and key it in front of me because they're looking at my shirt. What it just
no, they're gonna key you're not gonna be in your car and they're gonna key it. You said
because they know I'm on welfare.
If you put a welfare bumper sticker on somebody's car, do you think they might key it?
No.
I don't know. Yeah, then there's no argument because you're stubborn in what you think and I'm stubborn in what I think. So there's
no.
argument.
I haven't really heard anything other than people's feelings are going to be hurt. And possibly some asshole might cause some property damage to them.
Or physical damage. You're talking about criminal behavior. People do this shit a lot.
I understand, but not everyone in New York City is getting pushed on the fucking train tracks. No. I get it. What I'm asking you is what is your ultimate reason against what I'm trying to say or what I said? People should have to wear welfare shirts if they want to be on welfare. You want to do the time. You got to fucking. You want free money. You got to do something for it.
All right, that's your point. You made it. I'm saying I just think it cites other problems, and I already made those points already.
So violence. It incites violence.
I think it could incite from unhinged people violence that is unnecessary.
Or property damage.
Property damage too. And just in general, it just causes more problems. I think the fact that they got to carry around vouchers and go to a welfare store is embarrassing enough. I don't know if the whole objective to you is just to completely 100%
humiliate them
no matter what.
So they want to get off welfare as fast as they possibly can.
They can get. I think with all the other things we proposed, that's enough, and they would get off it under those circumstances. Because I don't know, people would brag nowadays.
I don't think you know how lazy people are, bro. I really don't think you. I really think you're missing the boat on this one. My shirt.
I could be 100% wrong, and people would have no shame. They might wear it with their chest out for all I fucking know. Somebody might say, "Oh yeah, give me the welfare shirt. I'm gonna wear. Look, they
wear like a badge of honor."
They might turn. I mean, I might be going at this the wrong way. They might embrace it. It might backfire on you.
Oh, I would love for it to backfire on me. That'd be great.
Yeah, because it would just be like
it'd be 6 months in the world. We'd be fine.
People be walking around in welfare shirts thinking,
and then they'd all be off it in 6 months. That's the problem, man. Because I know what I sound like. I sound insane. I get it. I think
we
insane.
all do. I think we all do.
But this is what there are. Listen, I'm just talking about a shirt. There are people that are way fucking worse. Like, come on. I don't want people to have barcodes, but there needs to be something. There needs to be something. I know all three of you agree there has to be something.
Something has to be done.
Something has to be done.
I agree
it needs to be extreme. It needs to be extreme.
I agree.
Not extreme like.
I agree with most of what you're saying.
You just don't like the shirt.
I can't agree with everything. That's just as simple as that.
Okay, so, what about certain hours of the day they can go to the store?
I think he's okay with that.
Yeah, I don't have. Like I said, I prefer the proposal of a store where they go to, because that way you can't get Doritos. You get my point.
No, you get the off.
But if you're
you ain't getting no chips. No, you ain't getting no chips.
You get the one chip that's got the flavor on it. The rest of them are just fucking.
Shut up.
No,
are you talking about Adam? Are you talking about a scenario where they go to, let's say, Price Chopper or Market 32 for an hour, or
I want to say
special
I want to say 1 hour. I say that go to like Price Chopper or something certain times of the day, where everyone else that's working and has a job, is not
Not
around.
allowed in the store.
Well, not allowed. Not
I
allowed
work my
in the
ass
store.
off. I go to get the store at 2:00 in the afternoon. And that's when
No,
the welfare
I mean-
people are there.
No, it needs to be the most inconvenient time for them.
So
I would
6
say the
o'clock to
store.
7 o'clock.
No, fucking 2 in the morning till 3 in the morning.
I would say the government-funded store is the best way to go about it with the food that they are entitled to have under their condition. Everyone's entitled to eat.
I'm not
Yeah,
debating
so-
that at
Dude,
all.
listen. Everybody is not entitled to eat.
Yes,
what do you
everyone's
mean
entitled.
everybody's entitled
like
to eat?
like maybe the bear like I was saying about the food pyramid shit. Like
okay.
that like stuff out of that. But if you're going out and buying fucking crab legs and lobsters and that kind of shit, where I'm standing in line behind you with my meager
Mr. Goodbar.
That's why the government cheese store is such a great idea. Then you put the products in the government cheese store. It's by the government. Taxpayers are funding this store.
No money, no
Yeah.
cash in there
Yeah.
at all. There's no cash.
There's no cigarettes. There's
In
no
fact,
bartering.
there's an alarm that goes off if you have cash when you walk in and they take it from you.
And your voucher should match your ID.
Your
I'm saying
photo
that-
ID,
your photo ID,
your
that you
valid photo
And
ID
you
that's
can't
not
buy
expired.
your food without the photo ID because
Correct.
that will keep people from trading vouchers for.
cigarette
Everything's so
money.
electronic. This is such an electronic, happy freaking country anymore.
I blame the MCI Arena.
God. Oh gosh,
Bastards.
I'm a cash guy. I'm 100% a cash guy. I love cash. Cash is king. All that. Oh God, and they're trying to do away with that. I wonder why. But no, and the government, I'll call it just the government cheese store. The government cheese store. They can go whenever they want. They have vouchers for Ubers that go just to that store or just to specific places.
No, I don't want no
That's what I feel
fucking Uber. No, they got to ride in some
Or bus or
jalopy
whatever.
fucking bus. They got to ride in some crappy bus that has big black exhaust fumes coming out of
You
it.
just in the Uber I was on once.
I'm telling you, man, I want it to be, and you can, I know you think I'm being cruel, and I know you're shocked by my fucking shirt, but I'm trying to make it as unbearable as possible.
I think everything else you said is unbearable. I think that's the fact that they have to go to a store is unbearable.
Why?
That's unbearable.
It's unbearable
Oh,
for
no,
me
they
to
should
have
do
to
it.
work.
They
It's
should
unbearable
do it.
for me
They
to have
should
to work.
do it. They should have to do it. They should have to feel some shame. I'm just talking about things that might make them a target, which I don't really want. They should feel shame, and it should be embarrassing. When I was a kid, if you're on welfare, it was a disgrace.
I understand.
Okay, so
Single
what a poor
motherhood,
kid. Yeah.
divorce. I get it. I understand.
Yeah, so-
My mother was shamed for being fucking adopted.
Yeah.
Okay, and she was born in like the 40s.
So that's what worries me. People are just stupid. So, I mean, in the scenario that everything's got to be traced, like as me being president, no, I wouldn't go as far as having welfare recipients wearing a shirt. But yes.
They gotta
it
get
would
a
be-
giant tattoo of the W right in their forehead.
I'm on welfare. I love
The
it.
Scarlet W.
The Scarlet W.
And the kid should have to wear a shirt that says,
My mom is on welfare.
and all I got is a stinking
You know
shirt.
what I got is a shirt. Man, I know this is.
Oh,
I know
God.
this is a strange podcast. But people really think about these things. They think about being in line with their fucking $100 of food that used to be a cart full. Now it's a fucking a basket full.
Are you thinking of it in a place of rage, though, or are you trying to think of it in a place?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? It's enraging. Are you not
A lot of
enraged?
stuff. I'm
Are
infuriated.
you not enraged when you have to drive to work and you see somebody in a Cadillac fucking bombing around, smoking blunts? You think that shit's cool?
That's
Fuck
infuriating. That's infuriating.
Or I'll point back to the classic video.
That. Steak is for taxpayers. There's this video online where this girl, she's in
Pajama pants.
pajama pants, tank top, smoking Newport 100, lottery tickets and scratch offs in her hand. Paid for everything with a fucking welfare card. Guy comes up and goes, "Hey, I saw you pay with your card and then you bought cigarettes and fucking scratch offs." And he went into her cart and took her steak and said, "Steaks for taxpayers," and he drove away. I understand. That's going too far. I think she should have to wear the shirt. I think the shirt would be better. I don't want people taking their steak. But people are fucking fed up, man. I don't know how they could fix it. I think they need to shut it off for 2 weeks and then go back and start going through this shit.
Well, I believe in the reset. I like that idea.
unfortunately, the Great Reset was something that happened in China with Mao Zedong. What good.
All right.
that
Well,
reset.
another thing that should be
Yeah.
instituted: if people want welfare, submit to a drug test.
I don't understand why that's such a fucking problem. I don't understand why that is a problem.
I don't care if people smoke weed and shit, but if you're doing fucking
No, you shouldn't be smoking weed if you're on welfare. Weed
Okay.
costs money. Weed and cigarettes cost
Yeah.
money.
Well,
Let's
like
be
I said,
honest.
you have a case officer to go. You have a ledger. I'd say you have to be required to have a ledger.
basically a
and keep-
probation officer.
Yes.
What are your expenses? Where are you going? You should account for yourself if you're on welfare. Definitely should account, and it should be embarrassing. But I don't know if it.
A shirt?
It's just a stupid thing with the shirt.
But
Nice welfare
Joe,
shirt.
go ahead. I hear you.
They-
I see you over there.
Another thing is like,
What about you in the shirt?
well-
You like the shirt?
I actually, to tell you the truth, I actually really love it. But I think,
Joe.
but here's the
But
thing.
he knows.
It's just it does. I don't
unrealistic.
think it would work in this
I understand.
country.
I
Maybe
understand.
in other countries. But
I
not-
understand.
Um,
I love it. I love that shirt.
Look at my welfare shirt.
I need that should be some of our merch.
there are
Welfare
Now
shirts.
you're on to something.
Yeah.
there are a lot of other problems when it comes to the welfare that we didn't even really crack the surface on.
Like
Like
what?
the fact that when these people get sick, they go to the emergency room and all the taxpayers have to pay for their emergency room visits.
I got a
because they
hangnail.
don't
I
have
need a surgeon.
They don't have a doctor.
what do you
And
want?
they
A
just-
welfare doctor?
We got to go to the
You know,
special
I don't-
welfare hospital.
I don't know. Should there
No,
be
I'm
a
being
special
serious.
urgent care for them or a special because none of them have doctors? They all just use the emergency
No,
room.
he's
don't
got
know.
he's got no, he's got a point.
He does
Well,
have. He
if
does
you're-
have a great
If
point.
you're unconscious in a automobile,
They got to look at your shirt.
Well-
See, if you had your shirt
They
on,
see
they
the
would
dub-
know.
they see
And
the
automobiles,
W, they go,
auto insurance. You
Call
don't
a
have to
shit-
worry
call a
about
shitty
that.
ambulance. But the
I mean, if
ambulance
it
has got
comes to,
donuts
like,
or tires.
Bringing them, them always going to the emergency room every day, every other. Because that's what I told you about this family that I know. They all go to the doctor. They go to the emergency room instead of going
I
to the
saw a
doctor.
tweet. This is funny. I saw a tweet by Bernie Sanders that said, "What's the most ridiculous medical bill you've ever received?" And somebody replied, "Somebody else's bill." Something to that
Yeah,
effect.
well, Bernie
To your
Sanders
point.
is ridiculous.
Yeah. To your point, saying that somebody's saying I'm paying somebody else's medical bills. That's
Yeah.
the most outrageous bill I ever had.
You know, as a connoisseur of humiliating shirts, I have to say your humiliating hospital has me intrigued. I'm trying to think, and I think
Special welfare hospital with a big welfare sign
I
on
think
it.
President Adam is on something. I think he's right. So you got to dial 913. You don't get 911. You get 913. The ambulance shows up like 45 minutes later
They
to
do
the
anyway.
wrong address. It's on a donut tire, and it's got it's a diesel engine and big smokestacks and big clouds of smoke and like the bumpers dragging on the ground, and that's the ambulance they have to use. I'm telling you.
Yeah, or they pick you in like a white work van or something.
They pick you up in a transit and drive you around, throw you in the
They
back.
just throw you in the back. Don't strap you down. Just
I'm
throw
telling
in
you.
there.
I'm telling
Come
you.
on
that
in. I'm here for a pickup.
But I mean, a welfare hospital. That's not a government hospital like the VA. You can call it the PA, the Poor
Oh, the
Americans
VA
Hospital.
Yeah, the VA
But, I
hospital
mean, I can't
is
help-
subpar.
I can't help but think about this stuff, especially because, like, if I ever get really sick or whatever, I mean, it happened like last year, I'll go a lot of times to the urgent care versus the emergency room. If,
You know what I'm
if for
learning?
some reason my doctor isn't available at the right time, because it saves money where these idiots go to the emergency room and then the taxpayers get charged $1,000.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
I
You
think
they
guys,
don't even
there's a
have
revelation
insurance.
here. There's a revelation here that I don't want to hear anybody bitch about this fucking country anymore and how horrible it is.
Yeah, because if I get in charge, you'll all be wearing shirts. You'll be wearing shirts.
this is such a privileged country.
I know.
It's so privileged that you're gonna bitch about this country that you live in, where they're not gonna give you any fucking money to be poor in another country.
No, other countries,
God
poor
bless
people
America.
are
money.
But what do they do like in China? And
If
stuff?
you ain't got no money, you die.
You can't even have a second kid. They throw them in a cage.
No, they don't do
Oh,
that
yeah.
anymore. They had to stop that.
Yeah.
They threw him in the river.
They had to stop that. Our one fan in China might be offended by that. Don't offend our one fan in China.
Sorry, Mr.
Yeah,
Chinaman.
no, Mr. Yang. I don't know. I think the poor people hospital is not a bad idea. I know I sound tyrannical. I get it. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to kill all the poor people. I'm not trying to do that.
There's an idea.
What, kill all the poor people when we
Might as
Vlad the
well.
Impaler? That's what he did. He lured all the poor people to the public square and then murdered them all. I don't want to do that.
I would hope not.
No. But
Why? They're poor. I mean,
No, it's not.
just make them wear a shirt. I mean, I don't want to go that far.
You know what?
That's the line, right?
The line, the shirt.
Okay.
It's a shirt. $700. I know. No. I don't know, Adam. I think President Joe might have a fucking point.
The poor hospital.
Yeah,
wearing
the poor hospital. The doctor giving the eye exam, he can't read the eye thing either. His glasses.
You got to go to a horse doctor.
Yeah, you gotta go to a vet.
These people, I mean, some of these people are real degenerates. I mean,
He's not wrong.
They'll literally go there because they want to get a prescription to the emergency room, and they'll charge them like they'll charge
prescription of
their
what?
insurance company. Like if they want to get like for pain or they want to get like Tylenol or whatever, they'll go there to get that versus going to the pharmacy. Because it's free. It doesn't cost anything if they get it
And
in a
scumbag
prescription
doctor will
through
write it.
Medicare. I mean, you got real degenerates here. I mean, a lot of these people are degenerates.
Hey, you know, some of the
not
doctors
lying.
are. Some of the doctors are too.
Yeah,
They're happy to write
you're
the
right,
script.
You're right. No, you're right. That's true too. But you can't refuse. Like if someone who's on welfare goes there and they know that they're there all the time,
Get out of here, poor lady. Beat
they're
it.
coming there just for a prescription or whatever, they can't refuse to see them because it's emergency care.
Well, what about
But there's
Listen,
no doctors
that's
want
true,
to
though.
refuse. It's just like, again, it all comes down to money. And,
Well, that's
and
listen. That's everything. Everything.
and
Everything
nothing's
goes back
gonna
to money.
change. Yes.
No, stop saying that. Something's got to
All right,
change.
in our world, we're going to make
Stop
a change.
being so
We're gonna
pessimistic.
we are about change. We are going to change the world. So you should be listening
I
to
think
us.
I see the world changing to be more liberal. To tell you the truth, I see all the stuff.
It
we don't
hasn't been
wanna
liberal
happen.
enough, right?
Yeah.
It hasn't been liberal enough
I know,
yet.
right?
What the fuck has
It's
been going on the
It's
last 20
crazy.
years?
It's insane.
I think
it's crazy.
I think America jumped the shark on 9/11. It did, because it's just that's when everything went downhill after 9/11. Then we were sensitive, like, okay, who's
Don't say
responsible for
anything.
this? You can't say this group is responsible for it or that group's responsible. You couldn't call it what it is. You couldn't call things as they are. Everything was all of a sudden you can't profile anymore. You can't do nothing.
I profile everybody. Shut up.
Well,
We profile everybody. When anybody sees me, you come on, man. That's you. Who gives a shit what they look like? Are you an asshole or not? That's all that matters.
no, that is all that
That's all
matters.
that
But you can't
matters.
even use a description.
So what am I supposed to say? Everything except the person's
a guy
color.
had a picnic table, cover on his head. I don't know. Like, how do you describe it? I don't know.
Okay, listen. The lady was wearing a burqa, and I could only see her eyes. There you go. There's your only description. I hate.
Can't say burqa. Can't say. I mean, I'm just saying, like the guy. Like I can say the guy. Like, why do you wear that thing on your head? I just like to have it handy for picnics.
Well, you can't. Yeah, you can't run. You can't run around screaming, "Take that shit off
But
your
even
head."
like in 2005, I mean, I was in college and this guy walked into the class. He was like an intruder or whatever, and the professor called security. And the lady in my class, one of my classmates, was describing this guy as being like an African American. And I was talking to the security guard.
Oh, I know this.
And
I
I said he's a black male. And the girl couldn't believe I described him as a black male. She was trying to describe his nationality and stuff. Which
Yeah, you're trying to roundabout.
I
I could describe it perfectly.
And he understood what I was saying. So as soon as I said that, he was like on it. He was
Yeah,
trying
because
to,
the guy. Listen, his ancestors were from Africa.
yeah.
He's just he's a
He
black.
might
he's a
be,
black
but
guy.
I mean, I know somebody
I
from
highly doubt
Jamaica
it.
who's black.
Yeah, but
people take 10 minutes to describe a person.
Yeah.
He was black, and he was wearing an NWO shirt.
Yeah.
and he was wearing blue
there-
jeans,
yeah,
and that's all you need.
And I could tell the security guard wanted to find this person.
Yeah.
So I
Instead,
didn't
you're going
wanna
around. Well,
hold
he
him up.
had kind of like curlyish hair.
Well, he was
but
wearing this yellow. See, now once again, they were wearing this yellow shirt that said welfare on it. See, you can
It
get
said
him.
welfare.
Yeah, it said welfare on it right across, and they were running that way in shabby clothes.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, you changed my mind.
See, I'm telling you, man. Or at least like a monocle that says something on them.
How can you have a suspect? You're looking for a suspect, and time is of the most importance.
Yes.
And you've got to describe a person in a roundabout way that is not offensive to the suspect that just might have murdered somebody.
There was this guy, and his eyes were a lot smaller than mine, and he was a foot shorter than me, and made karate sounds.
Oh, so you're looking for Bruce Lee?
I'm looking for Bruce
How
Lee.
long
Yes,
is
sir.
this podcast? Is this
I'm
like
looking
an
for an
hour and a
Asian.
half now? What are we up to? 2
No,
hours?
but it's sad that you can't say he looked like he looked of Asian
can't
descent.
say
You
he
can't
was-
say he looked like he was. You
Can't even say
You
that.
can't say African American. But I thought that was I thought that was black people saying, stop saying that. I'm not from
Yeah, I
Africa.
mean,
My
and-
fucking
and
ancestors
that's the
from
language
Africa.
that
They didn't
cops
come
use.
over
They
here
embrace
willingly,
it.
you
Cops
assholes.
use that white male, black male. That's how so that way they could put it in their thing and they could communicate it to other cops and security and
And
stuff.
you gotta remember, humans are really dumb. We go to rudimentary things. Color. That's
Yeah.
very rudimentary.
Exactly.
If there were fucking green people, we would be calling them that green dude over there.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, man. Every black dude I knew whatever. I'm just a dude, black dude. If you want to get
Yeah.
specific, I've never heard anybody complain about that. But
Never did up until 15 years ago.
well, they
20
probably
years
had
ago,
something.
whatever.
I blame Trump.
Yeah.
Gotta blame Trump. It's Trump's fault.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely. That's it.
Okay, President Adam, you have some closing remarks to make on our whole topic in general, how to fix the welfare epidemic in this country.
I'll keep it short and sweet.
I'm going to make this short and sweet.
Welfare hospital, yes.
Welfare hospital, not a bad idea, Joe.
I completely agree.
The MAGA Joe home for wayward poors.
Poors.
Yes. Tom gets so hurt when I say things like that.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I see him. I see your heart bleeding over there. But no, we're finished. Okay, so we got the welfare hospital, Adam. I know you don't like the
Yeah.
shirt. I get it.
Nah, sure. I was all right with the shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are all cool with the shirt.
He
I'm
just
the only-
wants it to say WF. He doesn't want the whole thing. I want it out phonetically. He just
You
wants
want
the
to say
WF.
welfare.
I said just a W.
Oh yeah, or giant W. Yeah, that's a good point.
Going to the store certain hours of the day, I'm fine with.
I agree with that as well.
And if they want to go during off hours, there's a special line for them at the store. They have to wait and behind other people on welfare to see how miserable and annoying it is for everyone
me
else to
tell you.
stand behind.
They
them.
have nowhere to go, right? Is
Let me
that
tell
what
you
you're saying?
something. Let me tell you three.
Yeah.
Meaning me, you, and you.
Tom and Joe. He's
Tom,
pointing
Joe,
at.
and Mike. That out of everything we said tonight, I think the man who don't say much, that's fucking brilliant.
They can
Yeah.
stand
That is
in line behind each
absolutely
other.
fucking brilliant. That is
Yes.
absolute. Dude, I am not. Listen, I'm gonna steal that and say I said it. That is great.
fine.
That is fucking great because it is annoying. It is really fucking annoying, and then they could see how fucking annoying it is. But they probably wouldn't care. But I'd still
No,
make
they'd
them
probably
do
be
it.
annoyed. They'd probably complain to the manager and try to get.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, you ain't no money. Shut up. There ain't no manager there. There's a robot. There ain't no manager.
The RoboCop.
Robo manager.
Yes, these stores that I'm talking about should only have automated managers.
Yeah.
They have to go through self checkout.
Fuck you. Get
Yeah,
it
self
done.
checkout. Yeah, self checkout. Get out of here.
You don't like the line? Fuck you.
Yeah, beat it.
Beat it, deadbeat.
Go try to use your vouchers at Hannaford. See if they take them.
Okay, President Adams' term has ended. President Tom, or as we like to call you, Bleeding Heart Tomas.
Yeah. it always comes to that.
Yes, it always comes. I see you tearing up over there.
Father Tom.
Father Tom. Yes, Father Tom. Father Time, your friend. Yes, I get it.
Look,
Yes.
I'm all in favor of a complete overhaul of the welfare system, and agree with most of what you guys are saying.
You're gonna
Not 100%.
Oh,
but
150%.
No, 100 is the maximum you can give. So I go about 80. And I don't need a reaction because it's already been discussed.
Oh. Okay.
But I think some of the thoughts that I agree with are pretty radical, even for me, and I'm surprised that I agree with some of them.
Which ones do you agree with?
Well, we kind of brought up the concept together of this store, the separate store, and I think about it, but
Poor store? Poor
we
store.
call it the cheese store.
Yeah, the cheese store, the poor store.
Government cheese store.
Yup.
Yeah, and it all seems harsh, but there's got to be some. You got to make people. You got to make it hard on people. You got to make it hard on people. It's got to be like a job.
It's got to be worse than a job.
It's got to be worse. You got to be it's got to be tough, and I agree in any measures that make it tough. But you can go too far. But that's all I'm going to say about it.
That's all you're going to say about it? That's all you have to say about that?
And I want to say goodnight to everyone, except to people who refer to their partner as the yin to their yang.
Is that like one of your bits? Like you try to say something witty at the end?
Yeah, maybe I should try that. I did that one other time, and it went over with the one person. I got an email about it saying that was great. You should do that more often.
You got an email?
I got an email from our one fan.
What was their name?
Wow, that's amazing.
What's their name?
Stuff.
It's a Chinaman, so we got to be careful here.
What'd they say? Are you being serious?
No, I'm not being serious.
Oh, you didn't get an email?
I didn't get an email. I lied.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh, I was excited.
Me too.
Me too.
Oh, you guys bought in.
Boo, Tom.
Yeah,
Boo.
Should that be a thing?
What? Yeah, we have an email address, right?
Yeah.
What
email
happens if
address?
they email us?
It would go to our email address.
And what do we do?
We could answer them.
Oh. What is it?
It's no,
I don't. That's why I'm asking
you don't
Tell
know
me.
because I set it up for you.
Yeah, but I'm an idiot.
Unqualified uprising at yahoo.com.
Unqualified uprising.
Yeah, you can
at
email us, and
yahoo.com.
you can email and wittily fire me if you want. If you want to say something witty and fire me off my own podcast, I like that. Or any comments you could say, or any ideas, will be greatly appreciated.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, President Joe.
Well, thanks everybody for listening.
Your final thoughts as President Joe, not your
Oh,
goodbyes.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we got to crack down on welfare recipients and make America great again.
I love it. It's always make America great again. MAGA Joe, the MAGA Joe cheese store. I like it.
Our producer disappeared, so we can't end the podcast.
Well, I think he's going to pee, but that's okay. I can.
X on this the people that say America never was great. What are you talking about?
Who says that?
Andrew
Who says that?
Cuomo.
Who says that?
Cuomo said it.
Which
Andrew
Cuomo? The
Andrew
liar or the fucking toucher?
The toucher.
Oh,
the
fuck
toucher.
him.
He was a
You
liar,
don't
too.
know
He was a
nothing.
toucher and
Yeah,
a
but
liar.
his brother's a bigger liar. Listen, Chris Cuomo could beat the fucking shit out of me, but I still hate him, and I don't care. I don't care. I dislike that guy. He scared
Did you see
everybody.
that thing that they had on CNN with him and his brother where they were
Humping each other online?
Yeah, like it was unbelievable.
Yeah, I seen
slobbered
that.
all over.
Yeah,
each
he
other.
brings out the big. He called his brother's nose that double barrel shotgun you got on your nose, and I bet you when he said shotgun, everybody at CNN was like, "What's the shit? What's that?"
And liberals at home were high fiving each other.
Oh yeah,
It was
doing
so great.
cartwheels. Yeah, doing cartwheels in the streets. Listen, not to say nothing, man, but there's I know a couple of people that every day on their Facebook they were saying Cuomo's talking, 12 o'clock. Cuomo's on. The governor's on. The governor's on.
Shit. He was
Hate
the biggest
those people.
hypocrite of them all, man, during the COVID.
COVID.
Well, that's a whole other podcast.
When
No, America was great. It had flaws.
When it first started, my family was driving me nuts with that. They always tried to get me to listen to the guy talking for
Who?
like the first month or two. Cuomo. And I didn't get past the first week. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
America, the point I'm making is America was great. It had flaws, like everything. It wasn't perfect. America never was perfect, but it's great.
You,
Great again.
you know how Kevin Bacon? You know five degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of that?
I have.
Okay, so my mom got an award from Mario Cuomo and shook his hand and stood on stage with him, and he fucking put his arm around her. So that means I am 1 degree away from him, and you two are 2 degrees from him. Because my mom stood on stage with Mario Cuomo and accepted an award. So that
That's
means I'm
amazing.
1 stage away from him or her, and you're 1 stage away from me.
Huh. I
Or
shook
1
hands
degree.
with Governor Tom Kaine.
Is that Herman Cain's brother?
Oh, he was the governor in New Jersey about 25 years ago
How'd you meet him?
at a Jets game.
Was he sitting next to you?
He was in the seats happened to be right in front of a luxury box, and he was in the luxury box with Leon Hess, who was the owner of the Jets at the time.
Did he like dump his soda ends on you, like the end of the soda that nobody wants to
he was
drink?
throwing-
Is he dumping his hot dog that was done?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
you got the bottom of the fry bin and the popcorn kernels dumped on you?
He
or
sent me
what?
to the line for hot dogs.
Ah.
You're not watching this game.
Were peanuts were peanut shells cascading down upon you?
Yes, beer, all of
Oh,
that.
I love it. We are literally just rapping.
He was a
'cause
guest of Leon Hass, who was the owner, and there was a security guy I was with my buddy, and there was a security guy that kind of got in the way. Like we were talking to him, and he was engaging us in conversation. Don't bother them.
Wait a minute. He was above you?
Yeah, the box was right behind us. We were sitting in the first row, right in front of the box that he happened to be sitting in.
But are there windows in the box?
Yeah, but they had them open.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're like, hey,
Governor.
governor.
It was the former governor.
Hey,
And so we
former
said,
governor."
I voted for you.
Oh, hey, you suck.
Okay, we're done.
Okay, I gotta say my final goodbyes. Joe, did you say your final? No, you didn't say your final
did.
goodbyes. No, well, say goodbye again.
Oh, yeah, it was a nice evening of chatting, and have a good night.
Beautiful,
That's
beautiful.
so FM.
That is, I love it. I love it. It was like Pat Cooper. I love it. So listen, I got a little out of hand. I'm not trying to be the. I'm not trying to. My wife always yells at me and tells me I'm too much, but whatever. I'm just a crazy person yelling on the internet. I guess we can retire my shirt idea and maybe come back with like a fanny pack or something that says W on it or something. Maybe their shoes. I don't know. But we got to fix this shit because nobody wants to be on welfare. Nobody wakes up and goes, I want to be on fucking welfare. And if they do, that's a mental illness.
You could have fooled me.
Well, God forbid. But we got to help these people. And we got to help these people by demonizing it. And I know demonizing is the wrong word. I guess we would stigmatize it more. We have to stigmatize it more. And it should be the same as when someone parks in a handicap spot and gets out and does cartwheels into the store. They should be fucking shamed. And that's just the way I feel. But these opinions are unqualified uprisings and unqualified uprising alone and not products of YouTube or Spotify or Rumble. Please follow us on Spotify and Rumble and YouTube. Write some dumbass comments to us because we probably will answer. And email us and write song parodies about Joe and comment on Joe's driving record. Comment on Tom's bleeding heart. Comment on Adam's talkative wildness.
And scary stories.
And scary story.
Please pay attention to us.
We need your love.
We need attention.
Help!
We need your
help,
attention and
help.
validation. Help. Okay, this has been another little bit wild episode of Unqualified Uprising. And, well, I guess that's pretty much, yeah. That is the end. I am Mike. Bye for now.
Help.